Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on the YouTube, join our cult. Hello and welcome to a girthy edition of the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. I am Matthew, fresh from a trip to AEW Dynamite. I think my impersonation's getting worse as the year goes on.
I thought you were here just now.
Yeah, Matthew's not here this week because, of course, he went to a wrestling show, which means that an orderly queue, Joel, with your loud noises.
That is the computer.
Will be
Those dumb
formed.
speakers.
So Matthew can service his loyal subjects, in an orderly manner. So he's not here because the queue, as we all know, will still be pretty deep. Thursday afternoon, we're sat here. The show is Wednesday. How many people does he have to get through an hour? It's like Body Blue. Body Lad Blue.
Body Lad Blue!
That's Matthew. So, of course, filling his gap is Tom. Welcome, Tom, to the podcast.
There are rumours that I fill Matthew's gap.
You're a good filler.
I am not going to deny them. Hello, everybody.
Hang there. How are you doing, pal?
I am all good. I'm really tired this week. It's been like an extra busy week this week.
It's finally happened.
No, I'm still here. I only had one slight mental breakdown, but otherwise I'm fine.
One's good going.
Oh, yeah, one's good going.
Yeah,
One's
it's
good.
not
No,
bad.
it's been a wild, busy week ahead of a really fun weekend. Hanging out with my best friend, Jeff Jarrett.
You know what?
I don't know whether I've mentioned it. My World Live at the Boundary in Farringdon on Saturday. I'm hosting My World. Jeff Jarrett is on it. Grado is on it. More on him in a bit, you suckers. And a special guest. And I tricked Jeff Jarrett into not only confirming that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Deathmatch Championship is a 24/7 title, can be defended anytime, anywhere, anyplace. Jeff Jarrett said that. Not only that, but he's bringing it to the show. He's never brought this belt out for 2 years,
Is he
as far as I know.
bringing a guitar to the show?
He has said he's bringing something called a TC necklace. Those are Jeff Jarrett's words and not mine.
Good TC
TC necklace.
It could be Top Cat. It could be Tremendous Cold Cuts.
Titi Kamara, the former Liverpool
It could be
striker.
the former Liverpool striker, Titi Kamara. The best way to find out is to join us on Saturday, the night before Forbidden Door. If you're at Loose End, come see us in Farringdon. But so we've really been getting ready for that, I've been in some WhatsApp groups that young Tom, it would blow his mind to be in.
What's Jeff Jarrett saying behind closed doors? That's what I'm asking now.
One day I will tell you.
So we've got mental breakdowns and Jeff Jarrett over here. What are you doing, Joel?
I'm all right. I'm
fine,
no
mate.
breakdowns from me. I'm tired as well, but it's been one of those weeks where I've done nothing to earn being tired.
Oh.
I'm just tired, but it's all right.
You work hard.
I
and
work
therefore
so
you
hard.
earn.
Tell you what it is, Joel. It's all that shagging you do.
Yeah, I do. It's tiring work, let me tell you. But someone's got to do it.
Sometimes it's tiring work, but someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to take it up. Yeah,
Take it at work.
but I'm good. I'm going back home this weekend, which will be nice.
I would go home every night, to be honest.
To the homeland.
Oh, the
Traditional
mother
home.
country.
Yeah. Pontefract. Off to Leeds. Day out in Leeds. It's going to be good. I watched Weapons last night.
Is that a documentary about yourself?
Hey, all that. No, it's a horror. You'd like it.
Would I?
Yeah. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. I thought you and Kayla would be.
I've not heard about it yet, no.
No, it's the
It's
talk
just the
of the
office
town.
cinema trip I wasn't invited to.
Well, it was a small.
All right, I see. It's the office we were invited.
No.
I heard Ryan say he got the picture straight from work, and I was just like, well, I've not been asked to go, but I'm not surprised.
Isn't
Joe.
that we had a whole conversation about this with my wife a few weeks ago about like when little clusters of people at work get together outside work and you see a picture of them out on your phone and you go, oh, I didn't get invited.
It's horrible, isn't it?
And do you know what's funny? Do you know
Dagger to the heart.
No. Do you know what's funny is, right? Had Joel, had you invited me or Ross, we'd have said no.
Yeah, exactly.
But we just want to be invited.
No,
I've got
I
nay
understand
friends
that.
that have been gagging to go.
I'd have said no. But I go, I'm glad I was invited.
Yeah, it's nice to be invited today.
It is, yeah. How was the film then?
Really good. Well, I don't know. I can't make my mind up about it. It was mad.
Is it better than Back to the
strange
Future 2?
film. No. Good. Not many films are.
Tremendous.
Have you seen 3 yet?
No.
when's that gonna be?
I've been told it's going to be disappointing. So I'm hanging off.
Three goes in a little different tangent.
It's probably the worst of the 3, but it's still a good time. It's more romantic.
Oh, between Doc and Marty.
Yeah. No.
Yes. Yeah. They're definitely shagging.
That is the headline of the news. We kick things off there. Doc Doc Brown. I said Doc Martin there. That's a different Doc. Doc Brown.
Martin Clunes is in
Marty
Back to the Future.
Shagging. Anyway, elsewhere in the wrestling news, there's a lot of talk within WWE about Chris Jericho returning to the company after his contract with AEW expires at the end of the year. Reports from the likes of the Wrestling Observer say that Jericho is inevitably going to be in the WWE. The current AEW talent hinted to a return to the company this week by liking a social media post. Of course, me and Tom did a big 10-minute sort of rundown, the pros and the cons. Should Jericho back? Should he stay away? So Shagger, Joel, what say you?
I wouldn't mind seeing him back. I don't want to see him back in AEW now. I think he's done everything he can there, so I don't want to see him back there. WWE, yeah, fine. In the Royal Rumble, it'd be a nice return, especially if it don't get leaked. But I'm not sure what I'd want to see him do. Maybe, I know you mentioned on that video you did to team up or go against Dom. I think that'd be quite fun.
2 or 3 matches would do me, and then just get him in the Hall of Fame and swan off.
Yeah.
Get him on the commentary booth or something.
I don't want him on the weekly. Just a couple of matches, kind of to tip the hat. Maybe some return matches, maybe some new matches. Hall of Fame. Cheers, Legends deal. Pop up when we need you.
That sounds good, doesn't it? Just a Royal Rumble appearance, maybe set up a match for Mania, and then he's gone.
Filter his ideas, because it felt like at the end of AEW, as we said, it just felt like any idea was getting thrown at Tony Khan. Yeah, go on, Chris. You put it on the show, The Learning Tree.
What's interesting is if this happened, if this contract had been up a little bit sooner in terms of like John Cena's last matches. There's a feud there. There's a history between those two. You could have done a one more time round, Chris Jericho, John Cena.
Yeah.
That'd have been nice.
How many people want to see that in 2025?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't have been. Would it have been a great match? No, but would it have been a fun little throwback? I'd say yeah, because sort of Chris Jericho was in those formative years of Cena as a world champion. But nice to call back to it, but it won't happen because the great divide in wrestling.
Yeah, and contracts.
That's what I mean. That too.
Do you think he will come back though at some point?
I think so.
I think he'll be in the Hall of Fame.
If CM Punk can come back, I think anyone's. If Bruno Sammartino and CM Punk can come back,
absolutely,
anyone's.
In the memory of Birdie, the Bulldog. I've forgotten her name now.
Who?
Chris Jericho, Triple H's Bulldog from back in the day. Got hit by the car. Stephanie McMahon.
The dog, when he was world champion.
Beatrice.
Cleaning up the dog's poo.
In the name of that dog, Jericho will return.
Why wouldn't Triple H want him back?
I don't know. But it was reported yesterday elsewhere in the news that WWE September PLE is going to be WrestlePalooza, or as Tom has been saying today, WrestlePalooza. Just like Paul Heyman. And it will be airing on ESPN's new streaming service despite their deal not getting underway until January. However, WWE have been sly bastards, I think is the way to put it. They've crammed all these events into this year, 2 nights of WrestleMania, 2 nights of SummerSlam, so they've filled their quota up already, so they're going to do the show on the new streaming thing early.
When I read that, I went, oh, that is sly. So they made an agreement with Peacock. They'll do X amount of events per year in their contract. So if you felt like this year has been very heavy laden with PLEs, it's because it is. Because we're 9 months in and we've had a year's worth of PLE events. So now WWE can go, well, we've done everything now, so bye. Not a complete buy, though.
No, not a complete buy.
Not a complete buy.
Saturday's main event will remain on the clock.
Yeah, it will. Doesn't it always?
And that's, of course, where John Cena's last match is now going to be. It's pretty much confirmed now, December the 13th.
December 13th, yeah. It's strange that his last match is going to be on Saturday night's main event. I don't know how to feel about that.
Just give him the whole night. I was saying on the news yesterday morning, they should just have the whole night, have an hour and a half tribute to John Cena, interviews, bits with him, looking at his career, and then 25 minutes, half an hour at the end for the match.
They might do that.
Yeah.
It's a big deal, isn't it?
So John.
I feel like he should be on a bigger pay-per-view, though.
You feel like it should be like its own, like you could really make
your own
good bang and buck of money. But I think they kind of wanted to do that. There was some conversations about them holding it on the 27th of December. I wonder who's doing a show then. But for whatever reason, whether it's the venue, whether it's other mitigating circumstances, they've gone, actually, no, we're going to do it a couple of weeks before. And I like that. Because the retirement of John Cena, I felt like this about the Goldberg retirement. It shouldn't be used as like a pawn on the chessboard of let's see how quick we can run AEW into the dirt.
No.
I feel like both Goldberg and Cena deserve more than that. They're not just like players in this game of can you top this?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think Goldberg wanted something bigger than Saturday night's main event, didn't he?
Of course he did.
Just a bigger show. It just feels a bit like
he'll be telling us soon. I think he's got like his agreement with WWE comes to an end soon, and he said, I'll be able to tell you more in a few weeks. I'm like, oh, here we go.
That'll be fun.
We're waiting, Billy. Where are you? you? But more on this deal. Clash in Paris will be the final WPLE hosted exclusively on Peacock in the US, of course, with WWE started on ESPN's new streaming platform immediately afterwards. The next events being Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia, and Survivor Series. Main roster PLEs will move to this new app, which debuts today, as we're sat here, I
does it
believe,
now?
for the price of $29.99 a month if you are in America. However, it's free to people who have cable subscriptions with certain carriers. I guess check with your providers and whatever else.
Check your provider because you may already have it on there.
But crucially, if you are over here in the UK, rule Britannia!
Yes.
Sounding like Nigel F at the moment, which sounds terrible, but we get it still on Netflix and all in that one place. If you want to watch Stranger Things, just watch it. What's the wrestling there?
And if you're not, as Bret Hart did that time.
What's the link, Joel? I'm sure you've used this link loads this week. NordVPN/Cultaholic, is it?
Yeah, could be.
Joel, the editor, who's been putting it in every video this week, just about.
I've put it in one video.
NordVPN/Cultaholic. If you are in America and you don't like the sound of ESPN and you're not savvy enough to watch wrestling, then NordVPN.com will sort you out.
Yeah, it will. While Joel's looking for that, just shout at me when you find the right URL. Mandy Rose and her husband, Tino Sabatelli, have revealed there was a herpes outbreak at the Performance Center while they were both a part of NXT, which resulted them in having to clean the rings, Mandy was saying. Then we had to clean the rings in NXT because there was a herpes outbreak. I don't even know if everyone knows that one. Remember Daria, Sonya Deville, had the Ninja Turtles thing on with the vacuum. This is a sentence. I think it was a beautiful thing too. Had the Ninja Turtles thing on with the vacuum?
The Ninja Turtles thing.
What have they got to do with herpes?
I don't know.
Was it the device she was using to clean the ring with?
Herpes.
It's like a cool Henry Hoover.
Yeah.
Not that Henry Hoover isn't cool.
Henry's a great lad.
Don't get me
We've
wrong.
got two here not for some reason. We had two offices and now have one, but didn't think we'd sell the Henry.
Well, we don't want to split them up, do you? Because it's
Yeah.
like, they're like cats. Like if they come together, then you don't really want to sell one without the
Up
other.
the gay Hoovers! Not vacuum cleaners, sorry.
I can
It's a different-
confirm it is nordvpn.com/cultaholic. Try it now for a free, risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee.
You've done that before, haven't you?
Hey!
Back to Mandy's quote, though, she says, I think this is a beautiful thing, too, that I get why they do this for most people, as well as because there's always, a bottom. I don't know where this quote's gone.
This is
I'm
interesting.
curious as to the quote that you've lifted there,
Yeah.
Ross. I don't think it's connected to the
Copied
herpes outbreak.
Straight from from Cultaholic.com.
I think you've picked up something from a previous article.
You always have to work your way out, but things have changed a lot in WWE.
That does sound.
That's very
The main
strange.
takeaway is that in the horniest part of WWE's ecosystem, there was a herpes outbreak. Because of course there was a herpes
Yeah, look,
outbreak.
it is the
Yeah.
direct quote, it's the full quote. That's what she said.
That's a
Right.
beautiful thing too.
Author Aidan Gibbons.
Unless he's just
That
transcribed it
dirty boy.
incorrectly. But there we go. Herpes in the PC a few years ago. God knows what's in there now because it just seems like they're getting hornier and hornier
It's the
by the year.
every time like there's clips of people on a night out, it's just like, oh, they're shagging, they're shagging. It's just, do you know what? You as much as like Joel and Ryan go to the cinema on their own, imagine being the one in NXT watching them all party and going, oh, they didn't invite me.
Yeah.
It's Pie Central over there. I'd love to be
What
involved.
Central?
Party
I thought you said
Central.
Pie Central. That Goodness me.
I'd be tired.
Yeah.
More tired than I normally am. It's like, hey,
would
Tom,
be
we're going to the
tiring.
bar. Well, again.
A full day of bumping and then a full night of grinding.
Oh, a bit of bump and grind.
Any STDs in your past, Joe?
No. No. We're gonna save that for after dark.
Oh, yes, there's a new podcast coming to the Patreon feed this week for bronze tier and upwards. It's Cultaholic After Dark.
Maybe I'll reveal all that.
Basically, we're going to talk about things we can't talk about on YouTube. It's nothing to do with this podcast. It's a completely separate thing. That's what it's going to be, and it's going to be live just after this podcast comes to an end if you are watching it live as it goes on YouTube. About 10, 11 o'clock BST, that's when it'll go live in the evening. You all right? Any
I'll
STDs
enjoy
in your
that.
past? Glenn Butter! I've had none. Tom,
you said that to John.
let us know what STDs you have in the comments down below. We'll end it now and move on to the next segment.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame.
And now it's time for everyone's favourite segment, the Hall of Fame. And in condescending order from last week, because I still don't know what ascending and descending means, we have at the bottom, cutting a promo to fix a phone. Matthew's phone broke. He cut a promo on it. It worked. That's the story
wow.
there. How dare you, pal? You need to get your act in order and get your lines back in whatever. I don't know what I'm doing here, Tom, but that came last, everybody, with 21%. Then we have proper real men.
Proper real men.
The guy came round
Justice
to put
for the
your
real
telly
men.
up.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That was it. And the man who put this lovely wall up behind us.
That's
it.
We need proper real men in this world.
So any proper real men this week, Joe? Any new men in your life?
Nah, they're all weak men. Sort of.
I felt like a proper real man when
Yeah.
I had to go under the sink and fix the pipes.
Give it a little wrench.
And even my wife, who went, I don't think I've ever been more attracted to you.
that is pretty manly.
I mean, it's the problem persisted an hour later. But
Yeah.
real men.
I do like getting me hammer out, putting pictures on wall. Anyway, the winner of the Hall of Fame this week is the Cultaholic Wrestling NordVPN advert.
As it should
Your
be.
Sam Drivers, your Andrew Hodgkinsons. Who else was involved? I can't remember.
It was, Owen at the
yes,
end.
that's the
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
But that's one with 43% of the vote, which means I need to go first this week, and I don't have one, so Joel, we'll let you go first this time.
Oh, wow, okay. I'm going to nominate... Well, there was an announcement on Raw this week that Naomi is pregnant.
Regardless.
This is not in the spirit of the Hall of
Why
Fame.
not? She hasn't died. That's the rule. And, you know, it's sad that she's leaving because she's doing her best work of her career, but if there's a reason to leave, this is a lovely one. And I'm stealing it because Aiden said you should nominate Big Jim's Big Jim. And I liked that, so that's what I'm going to nominate. Big Jim's Big Jim.
Oh,
So you're nominating a man's penis?
Yes, exactly.
Excellent.
That's got to win, right?
does that mean Big Jim falls into real man category?
Yeah.
Territory.
It follows on really well from my last week. Yeah. Proper real men, Big Jim's Big Jim.
Does your good lady know something, Joel?
What do you want?
Yes. Real men last week, Big Jim's Big Jim this week. What we're talking about?
God.
What's happening?
Do I know
Is everything
something?
all right? Is everything all right at home, Joe?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is a safe
Discovering something
space,
about
and you're all
myself.
good here, brother.
Yeah,
No
it's
one
like a
watched.
therapy session, this. It's quite nice. Oh, my God. But no, very happy for Naomi. Congratulations. And to Big Jim.
Here.
Oh,
Like
Still
that
not got one, Tom, so you can go next if you fancy.
Okay, the biggest loser, Australia.
huh?
So Alex and I, about a month ago, just accidentally let it roll on Amazon Prime, and it rolled into season 1 of The Biggest Loser Australia from like 2005, 6 or something like that. And we're like, oh, what's this? And then it's, you know, if you're familiar with the concept, the show doesn't exist anymore. It's very large people who all enter a house for 2 months.
Yeah.
And they do training, they do like challenges where they can win like extra weight lost on the scales that week. Every week they get weighed, and the ones that have lost the least amount of weight get eliminated, voted off. There's challenges through the week where you can earn like extra kilos on the, because it's all Australian, extra kilos on the scale that improve your number. And also there's lots of little challenges like that. They do temptations where where you can either take a challenge where you could win a prize, but you could also end up eating loads of calories. Like, for example, they'll go like, oh, there's 6 donuts here. One of these donuts has a 5 kilo weight advantage. Obviously, if you don't find it, you've eaten 2 donuts and you're fatter than you started. But then, so then it's like the duality. Do you go, do I do the temptation challenge, or do I abstain from it?
Yeah.
I could get a great thing, but I could also really suffer. So it's a really old show. We said, what is this? And we watched the first half an hour and we went, oh, we're really into this.
Really?
And it became part of our evening viewing, and it has been for like the last couple of months, because
Oh,
we've gone
wow.
through all the seasons to the point where we're not looking online for spoilers and where are they now, because we're watching them like every week. Oh, I hope they get eliminated. He's an arse here. It's like, oh, there's team tactics here. She's whinging all the time. We really get into the concept. So how excited were we when Netflix dropped a documentary all about The Biggest Loser and like the behind the scenes on it? But it was all about the American one. We're like, oh, we really like the Australian one.
Is it dark as well? Is there some bad stuff going on?
There
behind
is.
the scenes?
Well, it was what we gleamed was that it wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be. Like they were taking like caffeine pills and they were dehydrating a lot of the time, and so there was a lot which we kind of suspected anyway. There's no way that you have like these, and on the finale, everybody who competes in the finale, the final 3, always look miserable, and they're like really pushing through it because they're starving.
Yeah,
They want to get on the scales and get it right. Not a healthy show, but for Alex and I, just became like compulsive viewing every night.
Hosted by a Brit, by any chance?
No. It was first hosted by a lady called IJ. And then it was hosted by another lady who's an Olympian from Australia, but not hosted by a Brit, no.
Because there's a thing on my Instagram Reels at the moment. It's a British guy hosting like that kind of show. And he's just like, I'm here to see some fatties who need to lose some weight.
Well, there was a
The glasses guy.
Yeah.
There was a UK version. There was an American version. There's versions all over the world. So whether he's connected to the UK version, we haven't got around to the UK version yet. We've just been addicted to the Australian version, which features the trainers Shannon, Michelle, and the Commando. The Commando.
Love the Commando.
And when you get the Commando, you're dead. Like he turns up in his camo and his sunglasses, like, right, we're gonna go to the woods and we're gonna work out in the mud. I'm gonna scream in your faces. Like if you got the Commando, like, oh, you're dead.
It's like Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, but that's it. But they try and innovate the series every time. They went to like Ararat, which is like was the fattest town in Australia, and tried to make the whole town thin. Like I just really got it. We just devoured it.
Sounds like quite an outdated concept.
The concept.
It's not happening
now.
is it?
Now because there's elements of it that are, the bit that does. Okay, I don't want to drag this on too long. The bit that annoys me, and if you watch Biggest Loser Australia, you'll appreciate this. The bit that annoys me when they do the final reveal, the finale. They have this hologram version of themselves that walks alongside them, like the old version of themselves, where they were much larger, and the hologram version walks alongside them as they walk down. And you got like the lovely new thin, slender version, and the sad, pale larger hologram version. And they get to the end of the aisle, and the hologram version looks at them and claps like this, right? But then the slim version always goes, boo, get away. And that really makes me angry. Because no, you are where you are because of the larger version. And you're I know it's only a hologram. Alex finds it hilarious. Every time they do this, she sees me tut and go, oh, for God's sake. They're just mean to the larger version of them. And it's like, if that was me, I'd like, thank you for getting me here.
Yeah.
Thank you for pushing me to get here, because I'm here because of you. And it annoyed me. But we just threw ourselves into it. So this might be my only time on the podcast for 7,000 years. So I'm chucking Biggest Loser Australia in there, and that is my case, and I'm sticking to it.
It sounds great. I'm gonna watch it.
Has that bought you enough time to come up with one?
Of course it has,
You're
Tom.
welcome.
I'm going to go for herpes. Because what is being triggered in my mind after this NXT story has been a South Park episode I saw when I must have been 8 years old. Very early South Park episode where the lads are trying to give their parents herpes and get a prostitute to stick their toothbrushes down her pants.
Yes, I remember
so
this.
herpes is versatile. Obviously, it can be devastating in the case of the NXT Performance Center, but also fun if you want to give your parents a little bit of a thing. So let's get herpes in the Hall of Fame. That's all I've got to say on the matter.
Well, I'm glad I spent 5 minutes espousing how great this one TV show is in a triumph over obesity. And I'm glad that you once again acknowledged a woman giving birth and having a child with the love of her life and his penis.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see herpes going into the Hall of Fame over both of them.
It's got to win.
It's a fun little reminder that you're alive, I think, herpes. I think that's all we can call it.
Herpes, a fun little reminder that you're alive.
Yeah,
Let's bring it back.
Has it?
I don't know.
I wouldn't want to even suggest one way or another.
Not for me to say.
I hope
don't
not.
know.
Anyway, that was your nominations for this week's Hall of Fame. Joel has.
What was it? Big Jim's Big Jim.
Tom has.
The Biggest Loser, Australia.
And Ross has herpes. You can vote for them at patreon.com/Cultaholic. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. But if you are that way inclined, you can become a producer of this fantastic podcast. We'll go through them.
Wow.
I get to say the things this time, and
Yeah,
you two have got to do the songs.
interesting. Oh, my
Starting
God.
off with Reno 2200.
He's from the future.
Noah Anderson. Levi LaRue.
Going in for the kill.
Doing it for a thrill.
Hoping you'll understand. He's yeah.
Unlistenable.
Jimmy Gillan.
Gillan.
The
best of I can get.
Josh Fair.
It's coming up. No, we did the other one.
Sami Zayn. Josh Fair.
Bum, bum, bum,
And rounding off the bottom of the barrel. What is Theo de Havilland?
Oh, it's Theo de Havilland. Oh, it's Theo de Havilland.
Thank you for your support. Those
Oh, God.
Podcast producers. I'm surprised you're wearing a hoodie in here.
I know, I'm going to take it off. That was exhausting.
If you want to become one of them, go on. It's patreon.com/Cultaholic. Find the tier and have some fun. Remember, if you go bronze and above, you'll get the Culty After Dark podcast, which is separate to this podcast. It's its own thing, things we can't talk about on YouTube, and that'll be live just as this podcast comes to an end if you're watching this live on Friday night. That says this week in the wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling. This week in wrestling. Starting off with Starting off with SmackDown. Sami Zayn revealed that he has officially joined SmackDown. Then Zayn, Jimmy Uso, and Jacob Fatu knocked the MFTs out of the ring.
We want Cross. We want Cross.
Audible
That's
listens.
right.
Yeah.
More Brock Lesnar chants this week, I hear.
In fact, I think they were showing support for King Ross. We want K-Ross.
K-Ross. How long do you think?
Kayla and Ross.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Do you think there'll be? Do you think how many weeks will this go on? The cross chance. Do you think? This
I mean,
is
they
it?
didn't happen on the Raw immediately after he left, and now they're happening now. So I reckon they're gone now.
Yeah, I do as well. I think that's kind of it.
Yeah, it's I think that the fact that they moved, I think because it was associated with Sami Zayn, because it was the last few they had, and they were keen
of
to kind of
course.
move Sami Zayn on into something else quickly, in the hopes that that would all die away very quickly. And I don't hate Sami going to SmackDown. I think it really freshens it up. Wasn't expecting him to come out, so when I watched it, I went, oh, there we go, Sami Zayn.
Quelle surprise, as the French
Quelle
might say.
surprise.
What a surprise. But Sami has decided that he doesn't want to be world champion for the time being. He was liberated by Solo and the MFTs, costed him a shot at the title on Raw last week. So he's going to go after the US title instead. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, he said thank you Solo, because now I can focus on the US title. I mean, it makes sense because they just kind of biding time because the world title scene's a bit packed in the minute.
Yeah,
So
I get why they said it, but in my eyes, Sami went, oh, I'm so relieved that I'm not going after the main event title anymore. I'm going to go after that belt that I've had a dozen times.
It might have turned him into a guy he doesn't want to be, though, Tom. You know, Karrion Kross was trying to show us the real Sami Zayn. Cross.
I never heard
Brock.
it. Was he in a feud before this? I can't remember. Yeah, but what Joel said is spot on in that the world title scene is very busy at the moment, and I don't see as much I'd love to see Sami win a world title in the next couple of years. He doesn't really fit in there right now.
not right now.
I reckon
no.
he'll do it at WrestleMania. You
Yeah,
know?
you've said this.
I nail my
Really?
flag to that mast.
I'm not sure.
No, not with Punk. I think WrestleMania is going to be Punk and Rollins.
Well, that's
I think
what I
Punk
said.
does
yeah.
it there.
And then Cody and you could do Cody Sammy. That'd work.
Oh, aye, you
But
could.
it could be Cody Reigns.
I think if you're going to do Cody Sammy, you've got to make Homelander Cody going into that. I think it's got to be Homelander
And we
Cody.
thought we might get him at
God.
SummerSlam. It didn't quite happen. It still could, though.
God, that'd be good.
Anything could happen in the World Wrestling Federation.
that it could.
And of course, at the end of this segment, a six-man tag is set up with Jimmy and Jacob coming down to help Sami fight the Muffs.
I feel like a lot of SmackDown started like this. Where it's just
yeah.
like, here's some muffed stuff. Oh, and here's a six-man tag right now.
Raw's pretty much the same, with here's the vision at the start and here's the vision at the end. Will they stand tall or will they fall down? Find out at the end.
Yeah, it's exactly what I put.
to the end.
It's the same opening we saw last week on SmackDown and last week's Raw and this week's SmackDown and this week's Raw is very similar
They
as well.
blur into one, don't they?
It's getting repetitive, isn't it? It's
yeah.
very silly.
Anyway, elsewhere on this card, Alexa Bliss defeats Piper Niven. I'm going to throw a Ron Seal out there very early in this week
my
of wrestling,
word.
Joel.
Ron Seal does what it says on the tin.
And we're back in the room. As you would expect with these two lasses, a bigger lass and a smaller lass. They did very well indeed. Bliss hangs in there and gets the win via shoot roll-up as she sets up the brawl after the bell that is won by the Hervis.
I was having doubts about the Charlotte Flair Alexa Bliss combo. I thought this was just something to keep them busy, but they've actually really made this work for me, and I'm into it now.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
They're doing their best to make
I
Charlotte
hate
Flair
it.
still
Do you
unlikable.
not like
though.
it?
He hates
I think
he
it's the
can't
worst
stand it.
thing ever.
I thought it was hoyed together, but as the weeks have gone on, I've gone, I don't mind it actually.
This week was fine because they didn't talk. It's when they talk, I can't stand it. I'm sorry.
The only concern I have is that they might go, hey, you know what? What if Alexa Bliss turns heel on Charlotte? No, because you can't turn Charlotte face. This is like when
Well, they were doing a good job.
But this is fine. But when the inevitable split happens, Charlotte will be heel.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like the babyface reactions in Charlotte Flair, like when you put two magnets together. Like no.
Yeah, it was working for a little bit, but then last week she was just saying, I've got loads more titles than you, and I'm
I
better
only
than
knew it
you
was
in
your
every
birthday because
way,
of the
and-
company calendar.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
unlikable stuff.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
therefore, she has to be the heel. But there's part of me sometimes that goes, "Hey, let's try maybe one more time making Charlotte a face." No, never try again. Keep it as it is. This is about as face as she will get when she's aligned with Alexa.
I like Bliss as a heel, though. I prefer her as a heel as well.
Oh, yes.
The goddess.
You can't
remember
have
that?
5 feet of Fury being a baby face.
Yeah, exactly.
Fury's not nice.
But it looks like Secret Hervis going to challenge for those tag belts.
It does look that way, Joel.
I'm surprised that we haven't had that in the mix until now. That seems like an obvious one for them,
Yes.
them two to be out of it.
Yes, I think we've covered all the bases on that little segment there.
It was
I do
certainly
declare.
a Ron Seal.
It was a Ron Seal. Next up, Mello Don't Miz defeat Fraxio. Remember this time last week, Miz didn't even have the tag match booked, did he? And then all of a sudden,
didn't.
Mello's on the scene. Oh, I've got us a tag match booked. Don't leave me, Mello. Don't leave me.
That's exactly what he did.
Excuse me, Aldis. Can I book a tag team match? I've not got booked yet. And now we find ourselves here.
I've been in that situation before where I've gone, I just forgot to do that thing. I've got left my homework to the last minute and gone, no, I've been there. I like them as a team. Again, I don't want too many odd couples knocking about. There's 3 odd couples in wrestling that I'm really enjoying at the moment. It's all existing simultaneously. I like Mello Don't Miz. I didn't at first because I just thought this feels like Mello's just in there with
His dad.
His dad, yeah. And I don't get this, but I'm getting it more and more.
Yeah, I enjoyed Miz's performance in this match because he simply could not be arsed with how quick Nathan was, so he just tags in Mello.
Yeah.
He's an older boy, is the Miz now. Fraxium getting booed slightly because this was Mello's hometown. I don't think that's an outlook on how they're being booked at the
Oh
moment.
no, I was
Fraxium.
surprised by that, but I think just Mello is so hot in his hometown.
I did not realize it was his hometown. 'Cause you could hear the "We Want Mello" chants, and I thought that was nice.
And
We haven't heard
that's
that in a long time, but that's
We want
why.
Lesnar.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
Miz did get involved with the modern day bollocks with a step up DDT to break up a fall. He was like off the back of the guy doing the pin and doing a little tornado DDT, which was nice to see. I've written down this match humped when it didn't really have the right to hump.
It was good. I thought Fraxium was so fun to watch. Nathan Fraser is fast. He's so
Did
fast.
you know he could be in the BPL, the EPL if he wanted to, Joel?
Oh yes,
What's
yes,
the
I have heard
BPL?
that.
Why is that in my mind?
British
Premier
I don't
League.
know.
I don't know. But
British Petroleum League.
There was a nice springboard Spanish fly counter. There was a good reach when he did the Phoenix Splash. Good reach on that Phoenix Splash to get in the middle of the ring.
SmackDown Tag Division was great. Isn't
yeah,
it?
it is good.
isn't it?
It's so good. It puts me in mind of SmackDown 6.
Yeah.
Like that gold, which Math and I normally do on the classic SmackDown review. That golden era where you've just got these, like a little combo of teams that always blend in and out of each other. But I'd say there's more teams that can blend in and out of each other.
Yeah.
It's it is WWE's always been hit and miss with tag divisions. SmackDown's right now. You've got all your main players, and you got on the periphery like Mello Don't Miz, and then it's great.
It's weird how all the teams, bar probably the Wyatts or maybe the Street Profits you can throw in there, come out to no reaction. And then
Yeah.
by the end of whatever they do, they get large reactions. But then the next week comes around, and those large reactions from the end of the match don't carry forward.
There's
strange, isn't
yeah.
it?
There seems to be like whether or not we need more promo with them. I don't know. Whether it's just that you need to do a little bit more just to build that
I
character
think so,
base.
'cause there's no
better
character
music.
there. Better music
don't
would
get
help.
me started, Timothy.
DIY
Goodness.
is just awful.
Better music. That will help a reaction.
But it looks like, though, back to Mello Don't Miz, Miz shoot-tagged himself in when Mello was set up for the nothing but net, so it looks like the breakup's already in motion. now.
Oh, yeah.
Mello's not going to put up with that for many more weeks.
I don't think they're going to last long. I
hope
think it's
not
going to be
either.
a short storyline.
Doesn't need,
but
to,
it's,
doesn't need to be long either.
No, not at all. I said it's a shame that Fraxium looks like they're already taking a back seat in the tag division, though.
It won't be
Oh,
for long. I did think that, but it won't be for long because the tag division, like top contenders, come in and out all the time.
Yeah,
I
of
can
course.
see them slotting back in
Yeah.
within a couple
I
of
just
weeks.
think they're great. I didn't really watch much of them in NXT, but they're really fun to watch.
Oh, you haven't lived.
I don't know. I might have to go
They're
back.
still good on SmackDown, but NXT, especially the PLEs of NXT.
Yeah,
Wah,
yeah.
wah, wee, wah.
Wah, wah,
They
wah.
were very nice. Sorry for doing it. Drew McIntyre addressed his heinous attack on undisputed champion Cody Rhodes last week. We learned there's no medical update on Cody Rhodes. He could well be dead.
Yeah. They know absolutely nothing. He might be useless.
He did do a podcast with Becky Lynch, but when was that recorded? I'm not sure. Was it before last week's SmackDown? Because if it was, the questions are still being raised in my mind.
I bet
So
that's
as
a
far
good
as they're
podcast.
concerned, like this is what I thought when he said, "Oh, we still have nothing about Cody," so he's just not showed up to work.
He's not picking up the phone either.
That's a disciplinary.
He hasn't
that
talked
is.
to
Triple
anyone.
H is like, oh, let me call in with Cody to see how it is. Bring, bring. Doesn't pick up. That bastard. But Drew McIntyre thinks that management are hiding how long Cody Rhodes is going to be out for because Drew has ruined the golden goose. And Drew did this because he was in Cody's position 5 years ago, but evolved because the fans just forget about you when you retire. So what's the point in appeasing them?
I feel like we mentioned the Homelander Cody versus Sami Zayn thing. I feel like this was one of these promos that will come back to that.
Well,
the idea of Drew kind of going, hey, look, I evolved and I moved on from this. And it's, Drew has always been one that speaks the truth. And I think it's something that might play into. I know we had like the Kevin Owens Cody feud, which was Kevin kind of going, come on, Cody, like, just be a bit of a prick. And then you had The Rock going, come on, just be a bit of a prick.
Yeah.
And now Drew's going, come on, be a bit of a prick.
The origin story.
I think Drew might be the one that starts to tap into that a little bit.
And they'll go back and it'll all ring true what he said. Because he
Yeah.
said Drew used to be Cody 5 years ago. He needed that validation from the crowd, from the backstage staff. Says that Cody is nobody without the title.
That's exactly it. Nobody without the title, I think, is the line that will therefore see him do anything and everything to keep the title.
Yeah. I really enjoyed Drew McIntyre's performance here because then he goes on to say that Cody Rhodes, he didn't attack Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre. Cody Rhodes attacked him and he gave us a detailed run through of the crime scene, hopping out the
Yeah,
ring,
it's good
showing us
that.
the
I
table.
like that.
Because, of course, he's known for telling the truth as Drew McIntyre. And, of course, he did so. Here, Cody attacked him. It was laid out in front of us.
The best
self-defense.
heels, the best heels always speak the truth.
Yeah.
He said, if you provoke me, I am the real nightmare.
Oh.
Oh, Drew.
Saucy.
He's a right bastard, isn't he? I love him. He's so good. He's the perfect opponent for Cody.
He's a right bastard.
I love him.
Forza WCPW is all I'm saying. Did they wrestle back then? They must have done. I can't remember. Anyway, me and Sam are watching on Tuesdays on the Twitch at 6 p.m. BST. Come and join us.
Where are you up to? What's
Episode
happening?
4 next week,
Right,
which is the
okay.
one before the first pay-per-view. The last one of me and Simon on the call this week upcoming.
Oh, leave the memories alone.
And then we jumped before we were pushed, I think. I don't enjoy this anymore. Good, we didn't want you. I think that was the kind of vibe we were getting. Anyway, next up on SmackDown, the Street Profits defeat hashtag DIY. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. It's a horrible theme. Anyway, both teams presented as equals as you would expect, with the SPs being a lot more fancy than DIY because DIY, Joel, are heels.
They are the bad boys.
Bad boys. Most gnarliest moment of the match for me, though, was B-Fab being sent face first into the steps.
Looked rough, that, didn't it?
Jeez.
Really rough.
She's now, no. I was trying to think of a pun and I've aborted before trying.
What, to do with beef?
Yeah, and a face. I couldn't think of one.
be more like beamed in the head with the steel.
Yes. Beamed in the head, yes.
Beamed in the head.
As everyone says, beamed in the head.
I've been beamed in head.
Be more like, blimey, I've just hit my head on the steps.
But I'd say it's one of those matches where you were expected to be good with the four men involved, and obviously B-Fab and Candice LeRae on the outside. Candice doing a Hurricane Rana off the apron to Tez. Nice camera cuts to disguise it because I think it went a little bit wobbly, but that thing happens in the wrestling. Don't have a go at though.
That
Yeah,
doesn't happen
Matthew.
as much anymore. That now we're no longer in the dun-dun-dun era where you have a move start and then finish in a different camera angle. And obviously it's always done to protect moves. And so when it popped up in this one, I went, well, they don't do that as often anymore.
No, they
Yeah.
don't. That's a good point, yeah.
Interesting.
But Profits eventually get the win off a big spine buster from Angelo, and Tez doing his 16-star frog splash. I assume that's what he calls it. Rob's is 5, his is better, so, that's a higher number.
It's
Thoughts on the match?
Yeah, just a quick tag match with some good wrestling. There was a big focus on the tag team divisions this week, I thought, in SmackDown. The men's and the women's. There was a big tag-heavy... Because there was only one match that wasn't a tag team match.
And the Drew promo was...
And Drew promo, and then everything else was just tag.
Well, that shows you how rich that tag division currently is when like, you can easily fill out a show as they did, predominantly around the tag leagues.
It did feel like this SmackDown was a bit of a nothing.
It wasn't a
show,
great
though.
episode, I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you. But it wasn't for the want of the in-ring
Feels like
action.
very much of a B show to the Raw.
Yeah, it wasn't really like a storyline development show, was it? It was just like, let's watch some nice wrestling.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You can have that once a month, can't you? Something like that. But the main event, as we say there, more nice wrestling. Sami Zayn, Jacob Fatu, and Jamie Uso and his big Jim. Joel likes his big Jim. Versus the MFTs. The faces did the wrestling really well, I've written down. The heels not so well, which is why they lost. With Sami getting the fall over the champion, which means he's getting a shot in the not too distant future, surely.
Now, was that a mistake to pin Solo?
I don't know, because I quite like Solo, as Matthew calls him, the big camp bugger.
He is very
Did I just say bink? The big camp bugger. Ooh. Floppy Solo. I don't mind seeing Solo each losses in non-title matches. Because I think he can sell them well, as he did here.
Yeah.
I think that's 2 weeks in a row that Sami's pinned Solo clean. So surely he's getting a title shot off the back of this.
Surely.
Do you think he'll win, though? I feel like Solo's
I
just
feel like
got
it needs
the
to be
title.
Jacob Fatu win at least one more run with that.
Maybe.
But unless they've got bigger plans. But then, again, like it's going to be Drew Cody in that main event. I don't see where Jacob slots into that. So I feel like maybe they do some kind of triple threat Whizzle Wazzle and
I
we
reckon
get
Sami will
Jacob,
do it,
Sami, and Solo. Yeah.
He hasn't won it yet, so you'll want to tick that off before he
He
gets
has
to
won
the
the
world
US title.
He hasn't.
He said he hasn't.
No.
I thought he had.
No, he's won the IC like 3 times, but not
Well,
the US.
disregard the thing I said at the beginning when I was talking about SmackDown. Going, we're going after the belt a dozen times.
Ah.
You've already written it in the comments anyway, so it's fine. Look at you. I love how you've gone, right, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to write that in there. And press play.
That's how I've made my living for the last 10 years.
Going to pause.
It will be interesting to see what they do with Fatu because he got a great reaction when Sami got the hot tag to him.
Yeah.
I liked the Sami and Fatu was like, can they trust each other? Like, well, Sami wanted to.
Jacob
but Fatu
sort
was
of
like,
tied him off, in the middle of the show, didn't he?
Yeah, but it's there's a lot of him and Sami. It's just like, where do you put them? I don't know. I don't know if Sami will win the US.
This is your problem, Joel. You sorted out where do you put them. Tell us now, you oracle.
Yeah, give him the US. Why not? Something to do with it.
It's a great answer.
I just feel like Solo's only just got it back, so it feels weird to just take it off him straight away, especially since he's been pinned twice.
Maybe
in
it's
a
the
row
first
now.
of a few matches, though.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, if he's been pinned twice, I think therefore Solo's going to get a win over
You can
him.
predict what's going to happen, can't you?
Yeah,
MFT
it's
involvement for the
classic
first
wrestling.
one. Sami gets away, whatever.
Yeah.
Any other notes from SmackDown? In my notes, I've got Nikki Cross's reflection was caught in the truck while Kiana James and Tiffany
That
Stratton.
was scary. I didn't notice it at first. Then I saw it on Twitter. I was like,
Oh,
I like
does that mean she's in the US Championship picture with Julia or the world title or the Reed title with Tiffany?
It's a good question.
Very good
question.
question.
I did not think about that. I don't know.
I imagine it'd be the women's US.
Yeah,
I
probably.
don't see her putting it. I think that I like that the women US thing exists because it means that people who maybe aren't on that level can still go for gun for something.
Yeah.
I don't see Nikki becoming women's US champion though.
No.
I don't know because it's a Wyatt's thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but the Wyatts I don't think need belts.
They're getting them though.
I know they're getting them, but they never needed them. They never needed them.
Elsewhere, we learn that Tala Tonga has a seventh sense because he can sense that Eric Rowan is stood about 50 yards behind him
Yeah.
while they're cutting a promo. He keeps looking behind him.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
Well, he's so tall, he can see over all the crates.
And he has eyes in the back of his really tall head.
And that's amazing when you consider that this is wrestling, and sometimes there are promos where people don't see somebody running directly towards it.
Yeah.
But that looks like a future Profits versus MFT title #1 contender match is being set up there. And then back to Ron Killings. He's back to R-Truth in my mind. He's full on babyface and happy about his childhood hero John Cena being back. He's confronted by Alistair Black, not Malachi Black. That's the wrong guy. And it looks like the match is being set up between those two next week.
I had a thought on this when I saw that, and I was annoyed about the fact that we got happy-go-lucky Ron Killings. Then I saw that, and I went, "Oh, I know what they're gonna do."
What are they going to do?
Well, Alistair Black's gonna beat Ron Killings, so he's gonna beat R-Truth.
Yeah.
So Ron Killings is coming out to take out Black.
Nah. I don't see it. I don't think we're ever getting Ron Killings
Me
again.
neither.
I'm
I'm going
optimistic.
that way, yeah. I think Ron Killings' short run is already over.
It's over. Shaved his head for nothing.
He shaved his head for like 2 promos.
Yeah.
One of those was on Busted Open Radio.
I like how he's wearing a hat and a do-rag and that kind of stuff now just to hide the fact he has got no hair now.
Yeah.
Just babyface hair lives underneath there. Believe us, it does. Honestly, it does. Yes, right.
What if Black kicks his do-rag off? and then he's bold, and then he's Ron Killings.
Just switches immediately.
Yeah!
That'd be good.
Festive situation without a ring bell. Anyway, we move on to Monday Night Raw. We kick things off with Jey Uso and Bron Breakker agreeing to an Extreme Rules match, and this is because they're in Philadelphia.
In the memory of Tommy Dreamer. Well, he's not dead, but he should be. That was cold.
It was fantastic.
Fantastic.
Hey, if you learn right that, let's say Ryan in the office out there on his phone, hard at work. If he was to threaten you, if you found out that he was going to shoot you at work
4K. In 4K.
You can't hear a word we're saying.
No.
Ryan smells. His blue jumper is horrible. That's not true. It's a nice jumper, but I want a reaction. Anyway, if you found out Ryan was going to shoot you or intended to shoot you, you would say something about Ryan, wouldn't you?
I'd probably speak to our HR department.
Have we got one?
That's you, isn't it?
It's Ryan. we call Ryan HR because it's Hot Ryan.
So I'd have to speak to Ryan about the guy that's going to shoot me. That's
Try not to melt in the face of his hotness.
Hold on, what were you talking about with guns? What?
Dreamer.
All right,
So
okay,
do you know the story of Tommy Dreamer? There was a story that Tommy Dreamer was apparently going to turn up at WrestleMania X7 and unalive Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
For having the audacity to shut a company down.
So on this week's
And there's
Raw,
more to it. I've really brushed over it. I've really brushed over it. Ooh, let's shut a company down.
So on Raw this time, Paul Heyman was like, oh, because they're in Philadelphia, he's paying homage to ECW legends.
Yeah,
so he's like, oh, Tommy Dreamer.
Rob
He's
Van
still,
Dam, Sandman.
Yeah.
Tommy Dreamer, he's still alive, even though he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You see the
Bron's
memory
like,
of
"Still
Tommy
alive?"
Dreamer. That was great.
Yeah, that was good.
But it felt like another introductory promo from the Vision. We know who they are. Are we getting that many viewers week on week that we keep needing to go, this is Bronson Reed. His shoe size is 10. He loves a pie. This is Seth Rollins. He likes body oil and the Rugrats.
He loves a pie. It's the repetition.
Yeah.
I thought that as I watched it, and I thought it's repetition. They just want to drill into people's minds who these people are because they've not had the longevity on telly like someone like a Seth Rollins.
We've been doing this for 2 months now, though.
But that's long. That's in the grand scheme of things. It's not that long.
It's so long.
It's annoying.
It couldn't be longer.
I was starting to get into the Vision again after Seth cashed in because I thought it was great. But now already I'm just like, they're just suffering from overexposure.
But do you think, but when the New Age Outlaws came out every week going, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
It's
children
not
of all
like that,
ages."
though. It's not like a catchphrase at the start of the thing. It's Paul literally going, here's who this guy is. Here's who that guy is. If it was like Enzo Amore back in the day, the Road Dogg, as you say there, that's a bit more palatable. Well, it's fine. It's a catchphrase. This is just like, you didn't watch last week or the 2 months before. This is who these people are.
But WWE does this more so than AEW does, in the sense that they always make sure to kind of hold people's hands if they're coming in dry.
Yeah, definitely.
And sometimes it can be to their discredit because sometimes they'll do it too much. Whereby fans like yourself, Joel, who've gone, it's 2 months now. I'm just fed up with this. I know who they are. Stop telling me who they are.
Yeah, I think it is a bit annoying. I really like Seth's fit though.
He always looks great.
What was he
doesn't
wearing again?
It was like I think it was like flowers. Oh, like was it like rose petals or something?
Oh,
It looked like
I can't remember.
Something like that. Quite baggy, flary. Just pants.
Burned in my mind because on the YouTube channel now on the Vault one, it's there was a Clash at the Castle. Him versus Riddle was uploaded, so I was watching that last night for some reason. And Rollins comes out dressed as Elton John.
I was thinking of that. Elton John one.
That was good look. Yeah.
Like the baby that Elton John and Curry Man would have had if they had a baby together.
Yeah,
I'm a curry man, burning out a fuel of hero lows.
Saturday night's all right for curries.
takeaway. Yeah, it's another opening promo to just set up a main event match, though. Like we just said, we're just seeing it over and over and over. Yeah. It's getting a bit repetitive, but I liked the Heyman promo when he said, like, I should have a statue built of me here, but I'm too humble to accept the credit that I deserve. Just completely contradicting. It was great. And I loved how unhinged Bron was. He was trying to go straight after Jay, but then Seth had to hold him back.
He's a dog.
Yeah, he's a rawr, rawr. I find Jay's style of promo really annoying, though.
Do you?
I'm not into it.
I don't mind it, me.
It's just that.
Breathy. Because he's knackered. One thing we learned from Unreal is that this guy gets tired.
That, though, it is going to tire you out.
Of course.
Yeah, but you just, it does tire you out.
He did tone it down this week, though, because he did something else than that, didn't he, when the little kids were getting involved?
I liked him getting the kids involved. That was nice.
Oh, did you?
Oh, Ross. I like proper real men, you know.
Not diddlers in the not Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast sense of the word. Moving on from our opening promo, Io Sky defeats Raquel Rodriguez. After the match, Rhea Ripley helped Io Sky take down the Judgment Day.
Love the little bit where she ran and gave him the big old boot and her leg stayed over the rope, and then her and Io Sky had like a lovely little glance, like it was a freeze frame at the end of a show. She was still like in situ as she did it.
Yeah.
Incredibly distracting segment after this match for me. Just when Rhea Ripley walked out there, I don't know why, but it was so distracting.
Oh, really?
Let's be more distracting.
You pervert.
I loved her fit. Yeah, as you would say. She had lovely Curryman-esque clothes on. But
They were in the same venue where she got injured.
Oh.
And they did
were
a nice little bit backstage where she remembered the hallway.
Oh, the Liv Morgan one.
No.
What do you like?
What a day that was.
You wall.
Yeah. Oh, you.
It's the wall, brother. Before this match, though, Asuka apologizes to Io after what happened last week, because it did look like Asuka was on the brink of turning diddler in the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast, sense of the word this time, and offers to help again, but Io Sky turns them down. So it looks like the heel turn might have been postponed, but it could still happen.
It's almost like they need a new top heel on the women's side. It's almost like someone's about to leave for 9.5 months.
Who could that be?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, Christ alive. I've written down Ron Seal again for the match, though.
Yeah.
Io flipping around, and Raquel, who provides a great base for everything Io was doing to get the people off their asses.
Correct. She's good, Raquel, isn't she?
Very good.
She dominated most of this, but yeah, I said it's an Io match, so it's going to be decent. She's so good at getting the crowd alive. I really love Io. She's
Io
great.
always works best against like larger opponents as well. Like she
totally.
has bangers against
Rhea.
Yeah, Rhea's taller, Raquel's taller, most are taller.
Yeah.
Omos.
Tolatonga. Yeah,
Tolatonga, Omos. That Io Sky Omos match was amazing.
It was a nice move from Raquel, catching Io as she dived to the outside and then driving her into the ring post. But it didn't have too much effect because then Io got back in and then she got the win.
On this topic of Io's topes, I like the one where she goes, I can see what Roxanne's going to do here. She's going to trip me up. So I'll tope her first and then get back in the ring and do the tope I was going to do. I like the tactics.
Very clever.
And reversing the big Tahana bomb into a Hurricane Rana to set up the finish. Fantastic match from the pair of them. Rhea and Io speaking backstage after the match. Asuka and Kairi walk by, and Asuka with some great acting where she's like, Rhea can help me, but we can't. Huh? She sounded like Johnny Bravo. Fantastic.
This was the bit I said where the little bit in the wall. Oh, this is the corridor. And then they did that one shot, and I love when they do it. When like that bit finished, and then they moved the camera, and it went
That was cool.
out to the venue, and off we went. I'm so glad Kevin
You could
Dunn's gone.
hear the ghost of Liv Morgan going,
I haunt these corridors now.
That laugh of
I am
hers.
not even dead. Isn't that right, Tommy Dreamer?
Yeah, I like how it's going though. I like how it's progressing. 'Cause you can understand both sides of the argument with Asuka saying, "Why is she allowed to help you?" But it's because she was getting beaten down after the match. So it's like I can see both sides. It's good.
Much
I
like
like
Chelsea,
it.
isn't it? Because Chelsea are allowed to do deals with their other teams that they're owners own, but like Man United and Newcastle can't do it. That's just a direct comparison that I'll bring to the wrestling podcast right now, Joel.
Yeah.
Still haven't got Isaac, have you?
No. We might get him, we might not, but it doesn't look like he's going to play for you again.
He will
It's
do.
very
I'll
strange.
give him
I
a
like
tickle.
the little note he wrote on Twitter, like it was breaking up with someone. Like,
That's weird,
Mate,
isn't
you
it?
have a contract. You can't just. I have decided no.
You're the one that's breaking promises, Alexander.
It's
very
not how it
strange.
works.
Dick. Anyway, back to the wrestling show. Penta defeats Xavier Woods in a match where you could have predicted every single spot that happened in the order it did happen. The Tope Con Hello wipes out the heels. The Canadian Destroyer for the Penta win. Oh, sorry, the Mexican Destroyer for the Penta win. Kofi getting involved as well. It was like, oh, this will be a good match because Xavier's fantastic, Penta's fantastic, but it's just like there was nothing out of the ordinary.
Are we?
Yeah.
Are we building towards? Well, I was gonna say, are we building towards like Rey Fenix and Andrade coming over to back up Penta?
That would make little to no sense, would it?
I know, but I just saw the Lucha Brothers together against New Day.
I don't know where it's going because it would make sense to get Phoenix back, but he's with Andrade. I don't know. I don't know what.
He's got a new boyfriend.
He's got
Yeah.
a new boyfriend now.
His brother's not his boyfriend.
Yes. Hey, whatever you get up to.
I was surprised how much Woods dominated the match, though. You got a lot of offense in. But yeah, it's just a silly match about a hat, innit? all this. There's
Yeah.
not much going on, really.
No, it's a big hat, though.
It is a
It's a
massive
wonderful hat.
Did
I
enjoy
like
the hat.
Woods said Zero De Niro, I think he said, which I thought was funny.
Is that because he wanted paid monies or something?
I don't know. It's just funny, isn't it?
Give me
De
the
Niro.
ducats. Something like that. Any thoughts, Tom?
I like Penta's big hat. I think Penta's great. Like this was fine as a match. It was just very by the numbers.
Yeah.
And unless we're building to some kind of tag team with Penta and someone else, I don't know what we're doing with Penta. I feel like he was in the mix for a little bit, and now he's just sort of floating.
Yeah.
Well, he was.
Have we missed the boat or not? I
No,
don't think we have, have
not
we?
quite. Not quite. 'Cause he's still getting good reactions, isn't he?
Yeah, that's it.
But it is
cool.
weird though. He was not really because he obviously was doing stuff with the Intercontinental title heading into WrestleMania, and then he didn't win. Obviously, Big Dom won the title. Then coming out of WrestleMania, he was just sort of spinning his wheels on Raw. But at the same time, they were putting Phoenix with Andrade.
One thing that
when they could
crossed
have
my
put Phoenix with
mind
Penta.
Yeah,
was that
strange.
when Dom won the title, whether they thought that maybe Penta might be the one that takes it from him, but Dom has been so popular, they've just gone, just hold it on a bit longer.
Yeah, maybe.
So maybe
yeah.
Penta's in like this holding pattern as well. As I watched with him fighting Xavier Woods, I thought this just feels like a bit of a holding pattern for
Do you
Penta.
reckon Penta Oscuro's coming soon then? Little Alex Apprehentis in his little Halloween costume. It's evil Penta.
I'd love that. That'd be a great day.
Yeah, that'd be
It's nearly Halloween.
Next up, World Tag Team Champions Finn Balor and JD McDonough defeat Mr. Iguana and Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee, droll. I can't draw.
Let the dragons fire rain.
Yeah.
Love him.
That's the lyrics of his theme.
Yeah.
Mr. Iguana making his Raw debut. You love to bloody see it.
And the
got the
crowd love him still.
He's great.
He's unbelievable.
Lola Vice loves him as well. I saw on Instagram him spanking her bum
Oh, I
with his
saw
little
that.
iguana
Yeah.
tail. Aye.
Well, it wasn't him. It was his iguana. So
Yeah,
it's
but
all right.
he worked the tail. It's an
Yeah,
extension
love
of his
it.
being,
He's
as we learned on Raw.
He's got a
here.
mind of his own. It's fine.
Team sex and comedy. Love Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana. One is funny, the other is sexy. That's
Which
the thing.
one?
Mr. Iguana sexy,
Yeah.
obviously. Lola Vice is hilarious.
She is funny, yeah.
Oh my gosh, we saw it at Triple Mania. It caught me off guard. I loved it. The reveal of Finn Balor's puppet.
Oh, yeah, that was
Oh
good.
my God.
Good
What a
fun.
wonderful little addition. And do you know what? This is something that WWE played right that on this occasion AEW didn't. I don't make it about that. The fact that Harley Cameron had the Mercedes Moné puppet and how much fun that was. And then it disappeared and went, never mind, we'll forget about that now. Within like 30 seconds of Finn Balor taking the bag off the puppet, it was on WWEshop.com.
Yeah.
Like, that's marketing.
For a disgusting price, by
Yeah,
the
how
way.
much is it?
$100
Exactly.
for a puppet. Not
That
even
is
Matthew
mad.
would pay that. And Matthew loves puppets.
He loves puppets.
Everything's better with puppets, pal.
I mean, I might.
We pay you too much.
I mean, we sold Barry the Shark, so
For 50p, though, wasn't it? Not 50p. Anyway, JD and Dragon, I thought they worked really well together, especially these two in this match here. I really enjoyed JD using the top rope to ping back into Dragon's neck and make him go, you've choked me out. I'm Dragon Lee from Leeds.
Dragon Leeds.
Dom getting huge babyface reactions. Iguana doesn't even need to try to get reactions because of his stupid green scalp. Asuka is an extension of Mr. Iguana's physical being. I think it was, who was on the call this week? One of the commentators told us this. Was it Corey Graves? It must have been. Yes.
Yeah, I think he was there, yeah.
It's not a mind of its own. It's part of his arm.
Oh, right.
That's why it wasn't a
is that what he
DQ.
Right.
And then Vikingo arrives at the end of the match to wipe out Dom after the JD get the win thanks to a coup de grace from Finn Balor. Yes.
Fun match. I think Mr. Iguana he was obviously Dragon Lee's great. I don't want to discount Dragon Lee, but how well a fit Mr. Iguana is for what WWE is all about. I think because it's this you need some of that light and shade in WWE, and I think Mr. Iguana is perfect.
Do you reckon they've picked him up, gone with Mr. Iguana over Psycho Clown already? That's sort of definitive cut.
100%.
Does seem
Yeah.
so. He's the top star, isn't he?
I think they went into that first Worlds Collide expecting maybe Octagon, maybe Psycho Clown to stand out. The moment Mr. Iguana wriggled out and then flipped Yeleska, so he landed on his shoulder. They went, there you go, that's the guy.
I tell
It's
you,
so good.
He has got a challenger coming up though, because La Parka at the weekend, the entrance, the choreographed dancing.
that was
That's
fabulous.
what I'm here for, baby.
And he's a bit of a throwback.
Shabba.
Obviously, it's not the La Parka, but the gimmick La Parka is a
Hey,
throwback.
gimmicks
Yeah.
live on, as we're all learning this week.
That's
I mean,
very
we knew
true.
this already, didn't we? Because when the Beast Mortos arrived under a different name.
I'll get his Mexican non-union equivalent. That'll be fine. Did you see the actual Beast Mortos put out a tweet going, going, I've got my papers in place. Off to court I go. And then it turned out, oh no, I was talking about something else. Another case I'm working on, but I've just seen what you've been sharing.
Yeah.
It was very funny.
Any thoughts on the match, Joe, before we wriggle on?
It was a fun, silly, flippy match. The past few weeks, these matches have been like a big tease for Triple Mania. But now that's out of the way, it's just a big tease for Worlds Collide, isn't it?
Yeah.
It seems like they've got to have one tag match that's just a tease for another show every week. Which
They're building their own universe again, aren't they?
They are building their own universe.
You finished watching one Dury show? Well, go and watch this slightly different but still under the Dury banner show.
Yeah.
It's all WWE all the time. No other companies
Can't
allowed.
escape.
But I love how like AAA is very much a Bizarro world type setup because obviously Vikingo coming out, save the baby faces, triumphant running, here we go.
Yeah.
Shoe dirty Dom away. Main event at Worlds Collide. It depends where it is, but like anytime if we do Vikingo and Dirty Dom in Mexico, like Dom is the hero.
yeah,
Vikingo is going to be just
Dom was winning it.
buried by boos.
Yeah. Well, no one cared about Vikingo here, really. It wasn't much of a reaction.
That's the worst, isn't it? When there was like no reaction as opposed to like a barrage of boos.
But yeah, I said I could see Dom winning the belt and being a double champ.
I think he
Yeah.
will.
Yeah, I
think
do
he
as
will.
well.
I think they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Next.
Why not?
Oh, why not?
Why the
indeed?
hell not?
Next, Women's Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch defeats Natalia.
Talking of why not?
Tom Campbell. Tom Campbell. I've got one question for you. What does Natalia have to do to get Bloodsport Natalia on Raw?
Furious. Right, we better be building to Natty Neidhart turning up, right? Natalia has been part of WWE for a long time. She's a lovely girl. And she's a grafter. She's an excellent wrestler. That's fine, right? Natty Neidhart is something deeper and darker, and I am into it. I don't know whether I've made that clear.
Just a bit.
Yeah, I think she was inducted into the Luthez Hall of Fame the other day, and I commented, I think it was Wrestling Inc. who shared it, and I went, she should drop kick me into the wall to celebrate. There's something about Natty Neidhart.
Jesus.
She comes out in like, it's the ring attire, it's just the posture, it's the way that she just like
The posture.
beats the piss out of people.
I hope Alex is taking notes at home. Just if you want to make this man happy, just beat him up.
Yeah,
Just wow. Just something. I've never felt like that. But like, I've always like, I think Natalia, I've always like gone, I don't want to be like lewd or whatever, but I've always had a bit of a woman crush Wednesday on Natalia. I always have, right? I always, like, great worker, like never really gets the true credit that she deserves amongst all of that. But I also go, I do like her as well in that. Oh. But Natty Neidhart is like, whoa, oh no, it's worse now. Oh, down bad now. Yeah, we need her on Raw. And okay, away from my pervy peccadillos. It's more than I think I know where we're going. This has to be where we go, because Natalia it just didn't work here. She didn't beat Becky Lynch. You have an opportunity here to try and get Becky Lynch to coax Bloodsport Natty out, and you do it for a week, and then the one day, akin to Mankind becoming Cactus Jack.
What? It's a different woman.
Yeah, yeah. You have Natalia come out. Maybe you can't quite tell. Like she's got like the big pink and black jacket on, and then all of a sudden the lights get a bit brighter, and she takes the jacket off. Natty Neidhart Bloodsport attire, and Becky goes, "Oh no!" Like that's it. End game. Like if you do that, then you've got to have her win the title.
It is so weird though, because there was a few low-key legend signs in the crowd, but they just must enjoy Natalia getting little to no pop to keep Natalia around like she is currently. It is very strange indeed.
Oh, low-key legend. They must be talking about Brock Lesnar.
The arm was the story of the match, of course. Becky eventually getting the win, as she would do against normal Natalia. Nikki Bella comes down, obviously, for an attack after the match and ends the segment by delivering the old Rack Attack 2.0 and then putting her foot on Becky's chest. Becky rolls over immediately, so that's real heat.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know it. Dark side of the ring soon.
Yeah, that was. So again, Natalia, we're not getting the Natty Neidhart thing because it's transitioning into Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the feud we all.
I'm up for it.
Any thoughts, Joe?
Yeah. I liked this match. Natty, a veteran of the game, having an answer for everything that Becky did early on, but then Becky targeting the arm after she drove it into the post. Fairly straightforward win for Becky, but I'm loving this run. It's the story I'm most invested in on the show is the whole Becky stuff.
Yeah?
I think she's great. And she had a great promo backstage. I think it was before this match. I said, "Where's Otis?"
Mexico.
Right.
He was on the AAA show at the
Was
weekend.
he?
Yeah.
Why is he not
He was
here?
in the Battle Royal.
Oh, right.
He was in the Cup.
Why is he not here?
Walking back.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Yeah, I'm just really excited for Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
I'm up for it.
Becky's going to win, isn't she?
I hope so.
Yeah.
This
I
is
don't want
Becky
this run to
Lynch
end,
putting some like mileage on the women's IC title.
Yeah.
It's a tale as old as time. It's a new belt. Stick it on somebody who's like got like almost like a legend like status, and have them like graft to keep it, and then you give it up to a younger talent.
Yeah. It feels big. And she's got the best theme music in the company at the moment, I think.
It's up there.
It's great, isn't it?
More guitars and drums.
I love it.
Yeah. Next up, Naomi vacates the women's world title after announcing her shoot pregnancy. The writing was on the wall for the segment when we see a little clip from Stephanie's What's Your Story podcast beforehand, when Trinity and Big Jim and his Big Jim have something to announce. I thought it was like watching Friends, because obviously they're showing the clip from Stephanie's podcast, and then when Big Jim goes, "My God, there's a baby on board." Proceed with caution, I do declare. You hear the lasses in the crowd, and you really go, "Ah!"
It was
Like
a
Rich.
huge pop.
Big
Rich.
pop for an unborn
Like
child.
you find out Chandler and Monica are having babies.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, right? So as it was discovered in the podcast, Naomi's 7 weeks gone,
Yeah.
which means she has competed at SummerSlam and Evolution
She took that bump through the table from Jade Cargill
with a baby on board.
With a baby on board.
Technically, every match she's had has been a handicap match.
Where's
Yeah.
my baby?
And there was
on board. Sorry, I put a Simpsons
Simpsons,
reference in there.
yeah, it's nice. and there was some spots in the, I think it was the SummerSlam match, where like Rhea just stepped on her stomach to walk over.
Maybe
and
the
same with
baby
Io
likes that
Sky.
kind of thing, Joel.
Whoa, it's just like,
Step on me,
that's-
mammy, she
that's
said
all
from the
right.
womb.
yeah, maybe.
That triple threat match is now almost as difficult to watch as Angle versus Lesnar at WrestleMania 19. It was a lovely segment, and I love the fact that Naomi, they had that lovely moment, and you could see it was like a genuinely emotional moment, and it was lovely that she said it. But then she's like, right, back into heel mode. I've had one belt over. I ain't giving you nothing.
Yeah.
And it's
My
like,
hormones are jumping like a disco. Get out of here.
I'll be back in 9 months, even if I'm still breastfeeding. I'm having my belt back.
Yeah, the line where she's like, the rest of the women's roster have got Big Jim to thank, because if he didn't get me up the duff, you're not winning this title for a year.
Yeah.
Up the Naomi.
She
It's
laid
great.
the women's world title on the word Jim,
Yeah.
which I think was deliberate.
Ah.
Because has she not laid
Very
on
good.
Jim? No, I'm not going to finish that joke. That's rude.
Go on, Tom.
No.
Finish it. Finish the story.
No, because Natty Neidhart then won't drop kick me through a wall.
But I should finish it by saying the bloodline continues, baby, while laughing maniacally, because she knows some people won't like that.
Somebody shared a photo. It was a clip from the Hell in a Cell 2020, and it was it was Alpha and Seeker as Roman Reigns walks up the ramp, and it's like Jimmy and Jey Uso with baby Big Jim at WrestleMania 42. Yeah.
Yeah.
But lovely.
It's not a family, it's a factory.
Lovely segment. Congratulations, of course, to Big Jim and Naomi. Up the babies.
All right.
I think that's what I'm gonna say.
The children.
We main event this week's Raw with Jey Uso defeating Braun Breaker in an Extreme Rules match. And then
New Jack Uso.
Yeah, he had the bloody bandana on. I saw someone put the New
Trolley.
Jack theme on his entrance from the show, and it slaps different, let me
You
tell
could
you.
have really done Spirit of New Jack and just played It Is Me Who's Day One-ish throughout the whole match.
Yeah.
You could have done.
But they didn't.
But they didn't, because they're cowards.
Cowards.
Yeah. There was a canny bump, though, over the I've gone full Geordie there. There was a tremendous bump over the top rope, so there was, for Braun Breaker through the trolley onto the floor.
Looks like it hurt,
so-
that.
yeah.
That looked horrible.
He could have impaled himself on somebody if he wasn't
You look
careful
like
there.
a drunk man tripping over a trolley. I thought, that looks bad. No way you save yourself on that.
I thought it was a decent match, though there wasn't too much in the way of Extreme Rules stuff, but this is just a weekly episode of Monday Night Raw, so I wasn't getting my expectations willy-nilly here.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Bronson throwing the shoe at the referee after pulling him out of the ring, because I like shoes being thrown. But as Joe mentioned earlier, Raw ends in the same way again, but who will stand tall? This time it's the baby faces. I guess you could say it's very Attitude Era-ish with all the entrances and all the people running in, but when you see it every week, it becomes, I'm a bit numb to it now.
Same here, yeah. I thought it was a decent match. There were some good spots. Jay landed on the back of both chairs, was nice. Braun leap into the announce table with the trash can was good. But it felt like just as it was getting going, the interferences happened, and then it was just like, oh, okay, it's over already.
Yeah.
The spear from Reigns was nice.
Yeah.
Just appeared out of nowhere. That was good. But yeah, like you were saying, it's just it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen this multiple times already.
Jey Uso does a horrible spear.
Yeah,
I was
it's not
intrigued
great.
by this one because Braun's obviously running towards him. It looks like it hurt Jay more than Braun.
Yeah,
Because
it
Braun's
is.
obviously a big, beefy boy, and Jay's running into him. It's that old Einstein thing, isn't it? Mass and speed equals velocity.
It's not. I think Jay needs to drop the spear. I think we need some new moves for Jay.
Yeah.
I don't think the spear is really doing him any favors because he hasn't got the speed or the girth. So it's just like a move because Roman did it.
Yeah.
So we need more stuff that's just for Jay. Like he needs like a big power move that isn't a spear or a splash. Like both feel like they're not really like the splash has always been his move, but we need like a power move. for Jay.
Vertebraker, baby. Bring
Why-
it back.
why
Let's
not?
go.
Yeah.
I just don't think the spear works for him. And like normally it is, but obviously with Braun coming at you at 1 billion miles an hour, it's obviously not going to be as good. But and also I think like again because of that one where he came at him, I thought Jay's going to break his neck doing his own move here.
Yeah.
And if you come close to injuring yourself doing your own finishing move, it's time for a new finishing move.
Yeah.
Yeah, just ask insert wrestler here. Christ, we'll move on from that one. Any other thoughts from this week's
Oh,
Raw, Joel? Excuse me. My pasta's coming back up from
I
lunchtime.
thought it was
Pasta.
it was
from the
decent,
past.
but it's just repetitive.
Yeah, there was a couple of headlines. LA Knight has been moved to Monday Night Raw. It was almost like a bit of a trade.
Oh, yeah,
with
course.
Sami Zayn going the other way.
I did forget
Bailey. It's all looking very Joker. I've written down here. She's going to go well. It's like a split personality gimmick she's going to get with her heel self and her hugger self at loggerheads, while the real Bailey's in the middle.
I don't know
Yeah.
what to do. How about a hug?
Yeah.
I'm into that. I'm looking forward to seeing what Bailey
Yeah,
does.
she'll do it well, so she will. And it's also made official. There'll be a good old-fashioned Donnybrook
Donnybrook.
in Paris. Adam Pearce was fantastic in this segment. He needs blood pressure medication and some alcohol, which is a cocktail to die for, let me tell you. It is Sheamus versus Rusev in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook in Paris. I hope they go onto the streets because they're
Yeah.
cobbled.
Well, it's a Donnybrook, so they won't.
Where will they go?
They'll go around the ring where there'll be like pub flavored weaponry that they will
Yeah.
half use.
No, get them on the
That's
streets.
how they do
Get them
it.
on the Champs-Elysees with tear gas.
What is a Donnybrook?
Well, it's a pub themed
Yeah.
fight basically, where Donnybrook kind of it's the old days of like fisticuffs and
Why,
it's all aye. But Donnybrooks also become like a casual thing for like when it all goes a little bit wrong,
Right.
a little bit crazy. But the WWE Donnybrook is here's some gimmicky weapons that we're going to casually scatter around the ring like a beer barrel and other
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah,
Use
of
them
course.
for fun.
Yes.
It is fun.
It is fun. NXT. The
Now, this
setup.
is fun.
Speaking of fun,
Well, I thought this week's setup in terms of the arena was a little bit odd because you had the ring on a stage in like a theatre.
Yeah.
Then you had like a splash zone. Then you had the crowd.
Yeah.
If you're in the front row there, surely you're looking too high.
It was raised, wasn't it? It
Yeah.
was strange.
it reminded me a
setup.
bit of Road Wild.
Ah.
In Sturgis, when they'd have the ring on like a much higher stage, and you think, how do you just look over
Yeah.
that? You know, how can you do it? And also the risk of like jumping out and going beyond that splash zone.
Yeah. Let us know in the first few rows how it was for you for a viewing experience. I imagine it was tremendous if you're in the boxes with your little goggles on.
Yeah.
Ew.
And a little
I'm here for a night
Oh,
at the
my.
theatre. In the opening match of the night, JB Josh Briggs defeats Yoshiki Inamura in a Philadelphia street fight because they're in Philadelphia.
What?
Yeah. Philadelphia. Great hot start with the fight starting backstage. Truly anything can happen in the NXT Federation. I thought the match was great, if not good, I've written down for some reason, because great might be too far for some people. These two work really well together, though. We could hear the thumps. I thought the acoustics in that theatre,
Yes.
as you would expect, were better than the Performance Centre shed.
Oh, yeah.
Suplex on the guardrail in the ring was palpable. Like JB getting all kinky with Inamura, taping his arms to the ropes, by any means necessary. Going to the dark side with a kendo stick, but Inamura looking like a badass, not only taking those kendo sticks, but breaking free.
Yeah.
Battle scars!
We talked about it didn't we, beforehand, where we're like, will Inamura fight with honor
Yeah.
in these circumstances?
And he bloody well did.
He bloody well did.
With his table fetish. So many tables. The finish was a car crash with the moonsault off the top through the table as Inamura, as I said there. Let his table fetish go wild. If that's you, you're pulling Natalie Neidhardt out the closet left, right, and centre.
Inamura has really embraced like the current lack of top tier guys on the men's side of NXT.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to be a breakout star in this brand.
Yeah.
I feel like you give him a run. I feel like you give him a run with the title. And you kind of build this
Beat
because
Oba.
it's going to be so I know Oba's got to lose at some point.
Yeah.
But I think once you have Inamura as the champion, you have a very different title division where you've got a guy who's there just to have these like hard-hitting Kings Road-esque matches and fight with honor through all of it. And I kind of like the idea of like him being like a fighting champion. Every week he's going to defend the NXT title and fight with honor.
He's easily likable. He hits hard. I think he's great.
He is good. He's good fun. And I thought this was great. Really hot start to the night. It was scary when Briggs was chucking chairs into the ring. They kept hitting him. I was
worried for
like
him.
it. Yeah. Chair shot to the knee of Inamura looked really painful. You're right about the acoustics because those kendo sticks, they did feel.
Oh, yes.
Felt them. Chair shot, great superplex onto the barricade. Just Inamura took a beating, didn't he? It was really fun. But then at some point, Briggs got busted open. I think it was in his eye.
It was when he was put in the bin. And
Was it
Inamura
that?
hits it with a baseball bat. I think it must have
Because the bin dents.
I was worried
near
about
his
that
face.
spot. Yeah.
So as you get stabbed inside.
Yeah.
up the chute bleeding.
Huge clothesline as well from Briggs, and then the moonsault for the win. Does he always have smoke on his
JB
shoulder?
for his special matches does.
Right.
Undertaker and Stone Cold Steve Austin are coming for him with a gimmick infringement clause.
Oh,
suit.
really?
Yeah, he's got like
I
a
had
smoking
noticed that.
skull, yeah.
I was worried about. I thought, is he on fire? I didn't know what was going on.
Just walking to the ring, just
I guess
burning.
we'll throw Papa Shango in the lawsuit as well. Why the hell not?
Actually,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a good shout.
Moving on from this match, it looks like JB's next feud has been set up because he takes a little bit too long clearing the ring. So he does. He's getting out of there while Ricky Saints' entrance is happening, and he shoulder barges Ricky on his way back.
This is them building Josh Briggs slowly up that ladder, I think, and then the next stop is Ricky.
I think he's fantastic, JB. Bit dry on the old promo in his
Yeah.
current guise.
Agreed.
But you go back to the days of BJ and JB and Keanu James and Sebastian, he can carry a promo, no problem.
When you think of that NXT Art Attack era that we had,
2.0.
2.0, great time, right? I don't think any of us thought, who's going to break through? Who's going to weather this storm and keep on keeping on? Josh Briggs.
Up the Briggs.
I never thought that. I'll be honest. Never thought that.
I thought he was destined for a future in Coronation Street or Emmerdale, one of the two.
I thought he was destined for a future in catering. But he's defying logic and defying odds. Go on, up the JB.
Up the JB. Anyway, Ricky Saints now defeats Jasper Troy. They're now 1-1 in their series. How will the series end?
2-1.
2. 2, Tom.
One of them. Probably Ricky Saints didn't go fight JB.
Yeah. But Jasper Troy is just so generic for me still. Big stopper performance from the continuously generic Troy with Saints fighting from underneath. It was a little bit of Ron Seal, this match, I thought.
Yeah.
The match ends pretty suddenly after an all right bit of a ding-dong it turns into, with Troy missing a senton. He lands on the steps, couple of tornado DDTs later, and it is 1-1. Jasper Troy's just not landing for me, Joel. What say you?
I agree. He looked all right. Just some big brawly moves, but nothing special. Yeah, like you said, very generic. Yeah, nothing else to say, really. Booker's really fun on commentary, isn't he? Just adds energy to the match. I really like him. It does.
That will change.
He's great. He's great fun. But yeah, it feels like Ricky, if he feuds with Josh Briggs now, fine. I feel like he should be further up the card.
I think they've knocked him down on purpose.
Because you build him back up.
Yeah, it feels like they're doing pretty much the same with Blake Monroe as well. They're coming from AEW, a lot of like a fanfare. All these people should be on the main roster, not in NXT. No, you get in our factory line of wrestlers.
No, I think the opposite for because they've put Blake Monroe in what they believe is a very important feud, and what they believe is a very successful feud.
They are treating it like a big deal. It's like the main feud.
Here's the thing.
It's a little bit whack.
It ain't.
It's terrible.
It's a lot of bit wank. I detest what they're doing with Blake Monroe.
Yeah,
oh
same.
my! It's so funny because you see every time Blake Monroe's on TV, on Twitter you get the Tony Storm. Whatever happened to Mariah May? It's like, it's true. Some people go from WWE to AEW and they prosper. Some go the other way and they do, and others don't, and others don't. This ain't working for me. That from the very beginning of this feud, where it was Blake Monroe going, how can we have somebody so big and fat as a wrestler? Here's an old picture where she was big and fat. Well, no, that doesn't work then, because she's not. Even if that was the case, whatever. But she's not what you're saying she is.
But Tom, she still sees herself that way sometimes. That was the rationale given by Jordan Grace.
Awful.
Yeah.
Then Blake Monroe going, you're not really a star, you're a reject. Says Blake Monroe, who didn't pass the performance center training, who had to go to AEW to build up a name for herself so WWE would bring her. Like, it's all wrong. Like, the motives are wrong, the setup is wrong. I don't like it.
I hate how Jordan Grace has been humanized as well.
Same.
She's a
bad, isn't it?
She should just be Scott Steiner. Just 1999, 2000 Scott Steiner. Not this, my adjustment period in WWE has been so hard. Look at your arms. Look at your legs.
Totally.
Jesus.
Kick your own insecurities in the face.
She should just be battering her every week. It's silly.
Jordan Grace needs just to be tearing through people like she did with the security.
I liked that bit. That
That's
was
all
good.
it needs to be. It needs to be Blake Monroe just constantly running. But the whole thing of like going, yes, you have emotions, but shut up.
Yeah.
This is rubbish.
This is more egregious than what they did to Kane in 2000.
Oh, turns out all my scars are psychological. Even though you were literally like, we saw you with your mask off and you looked quite burnt. Yeah, sure thing.
But
honey.
it's really...
It's annoying.
It's aimless and it's generic. Just Blake Monroe going, you're pathetic. You're a reject playing a superstar. Anyone could say that.
And what's really frustrating about this is because it feeds into this dumb tribalism, because then when you come out and go, this is a rubbish storyline, therefore it kind of activates like people go, oh, you're just saying that because it's WWE and it's not a... No, I'm saying it because it's a crap storyline. You could, if she came in and did a good storyline, I'd say it was a good storyline,
Yeah.
but this is a crap storyline.
Yeah.
So I
Like,
was about past you there, Jill, but you were taking a swig of water.
All right, yeah.
Do you have anything to say about Ricky Saints? We just sort of moved on, but I think that's justified
think,
because the match
yeah.
was nothing.
There
It was just standard, wasn't it? Very standard
See, you
match.
said like it's Ricky and Blake is similar in the sense that they're knocking them down to build them up. I disagree. I think with Blake Monroe, they think this is really good.
They can't.
They think it's
They
really
can't.
good.
Yeah, I think that they've brought her in and it's positioned her as like one of the top stars immediately. Whereas
They-
Ricky Saints is still down there.
They're kind of going, we really want to do the Michelle McCool, Mickey James, Piggy James story, but we can't anymore, so we'll talk about feeling. Like, they kind of want to do that, but they can't.
It's
Because
a shame.
old hat and it's crap.
Yeah, it's a shame as well because Grace seems like really naturally likable and
She's
incredible.
great promo and stuff, but the material is just so cheesy. And
Are you
just
saying
like-
you weren't touched last week when she said down the barrel of the
Oh,
lens,
that little-
all my little Jordans?
No, awful
Rubbish.
stuff. Awful.
Rubbish.
That was horrible.
Just the whole exploiting friendships and making making fun of the way I used to look and stuff. It's just bad, in it?
Yeah.
WWE
Bad
had two opportunities to bring in a female competitor that just mows through people, cuts them through like a knife through hot butter with Zarya, where it's like,
yeah.
I like that whole thing. Zarya, the whole city's on fire. Zarya
Yeah,
probably
those
did
promos,
that.
the
Everyone's going to
packages,
die. Hi, I'm Zarya. Here's my good friend Sal Ruka. What fun we're having. What did you do? And then you had Jordan Grace, who was just like, I'm literally massive.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, but my feelings. Shut up, you're
Yeah.
ruining it.
Yeah.
Give us just a unit that can just rip through the women's division.
Yeah.
Jordan Grace is that.
Yeah, she should be.
She should be
But
that.
she's not.
Do you remember in the many? We'll move on. But do you remember in the early days of NXT where you had Baron Corbin and you had Bull Dempsey?
Yeah, bullfit.
Bullfit.
Yeah.
See, but you had Baron Corbin. He'd come out and have a match, and the crowd would count how long the match was. Like, it'd be like 20 seconds. And then as he was walking out, Bull Dempsey would come out and try and have a quicker match.
Yeah.
Like, most of the person quicker. Imagine if you had Zarya and Jordan Grace doing that.
Yeah, it'd be great.
We've got
Oh!
a fair bit of work to do before we can do that,
We
which is a
can't
shame.
do that
yeah.
now, unless you
Yeah.
take both off telly and bring them back.
Yeah. The once brilliant NXT is falling on hard times, it turns out. Elsewhere on the card, Fatal Influence defeat the Elegance brand. It's a weird time to have the Elegance brand come up because they just look like a Temu version of an already Temu version of Mariah May, which is Blake Monroe. And it's also weird to have Dana Brooke back in NXT after she was let go following a stint in NXT. It
Yeah.
was my first time seeing M on the Elegance brand side of the tracks, and I
Good
thought
she.
she was good, yeah. Fantastic technical stuff with Fallon was crisp. Her massive long legs make for a lovely big boot. Not a pervy way.
No, I suppose
What are
they
you
do.
doing,
You're
eh?
absolutely right.
It was very weird to see Fatal Influence be the sort of de facto baby faces of the PC after being heels forever. They're bad girls. Well, some would say they're baddies.
Well, you think there were the faces in this match?
They were getting cheered.
Were there? Well, yeah, they were. Yeah, it was NXT crowd,
hometown
innit?
match,
Yeah,
innit? It's
yeah.
hometown game.
Still some heelish
On
stuff
TNA,
going on.
it'd be the Elegance brand.
Yeah.
But the Elegance brand did have my move of the match, which was the coup de grace from Nyx. Oh, sorry, to Jasmine Nyx, who was sort of like in the surfboard upside down.
Yep.
So it looked like extra stank was put on it. It was a fine match. It was just weird to see all the parts moving like they would do in 2025.
That was you moving the match, but not moving the week.
That's coming up later in this
Oh,
episode.
I know
of NXT.
I know you're moving the week.
I want to point out just how locked into this new setup Joel is, because as soon as Ross said move of the, I watched your hand move to your phone.
I've got to be
do
on
a
point. I'm
timestamp.
still a producer. I'm still making
He's
notes.
professional.
This is why he's the Shagger Joel right there. Shagger Joel right there in action.
Do you still get called Sesh at all?
From who?
Anyone?
Not really.
Processional, no.
Processional
Shagger.
Thoughts on the match, Joe?
Processional Shagger.
I thought
Professional Shagger.
Heather's tiny.
Aye.
Yeah, she's
or
so
is
small.
M just big?
I think
legs.
she's tall, but Heather is also very small. I think she might be smaller than Zelina Vega.
Do you reckon?
She's not. This is that same height, I reckon.
She is
Should I
3
Google?
apples tall.
She looks
How
tiny.
tall? How tall is Heather from TNA?
yeah.
TBA? TNA.
Oh,
Build height is
4'9".
4'9".
4'9", that's small.
Yeah.
She is
That's very small.
Trained by Merrick Brave, Matt Yaden, and Seth Rollins.
She was in the Black and
Really?
Brave
Oh.
training academy.
Why didn't Matt Yaden get his name in there? The Black Yaden Brave training school. Her name's Heather Reckless.
That's a cool name.
Yeah. Oh, she's 25. She was born in 2000. That's disgusting.
No one's born in 2000. you know when you're old now, when someone asks you for your ID, and this happened to me a while ago, when they say you've got your passport. I said, no, I haven't. So what year were you born? 19. Yeah, it's fine.
That's mad that if you're born in 2000, you're 25 now.
I know, yeah. You should be 5. You should be 5.
Should be 5.
That's
You
crazy.
should be 5.
Feels sick.
Anyway, anything else to say about this multi-lady tag
thought
team match?
Masha Slamovich was good as the ref at the start, at least, because she threw the personal concierge out straight away.
That little weird man.
He's strange.
He's a
isn't he?
little weird man.
I quite like him.
I don't know what his name is.
Just personal
Is it just
concierge.
personal concierge?
He's Ash Belligan's his personal concierge.
Yeah, don't need a name.
Jim.
But then poor awareness from Masha at the end to not see the pin. Very poor refereeing. You can tell why they thought she was being biased. But yeah, not much else to say other than that.
Even with a TNA referee, a TNA team can't pick up a win against an NXT team, despite the fact that Mash Slamovich pinned JC Jane in a tag match a few weeks ago. Forget I said that.
Anyway, next up, Chelsea Green attempts to broker a peace deal between the USA and Canada, but ultimately just says that Canada's better than the USA, so it doesn't really go anywhere. Ethan Page doesn't like it when Tavion Heights looks at him because he doesn't see a great man. He sees an opportunity, and that's not right because, of course, as we all know, Ethan Page, despite what Matthew thinks of him, which he still won't tell us about, hopefully he'll tell us on After Dark.
Oh,
When he
yes,
gets back
please.
in. He won't, though, will he?
Yeah, he will. He's got to. They're the rules of After Dark.
Push him for it. Push him for it.
We've been pushing for years. But yeah, he's obviously one of the greatest North Americans to hold the North American title, but Tavion Heights does not see him that way.
Love Ethan Page. He's such a good talker.
Yeah.
I felt a bit sorry for Tavion because he's just not as good as Chelsea and Ethan. It's tough opposition.
He sounded
innit?
really convincing though when he says, like, I've honed my craft and I'm blessed by the athletic gods on Mount Olympus and I'm formed in their image. I thought he sounded really
I
convincing.
thought that was better than what you just did. I like Tyra May Steele.
She
Thought she held her own on the mic.
excellent.
She was really
I
good.
was
up the
really taken by Tyra May Steele. I thought she was brilliant.
Yeah, I don't think
First
it was
time I've really seen her properly, and she
Same.
just owned it.
I don't think the material was the best, but what she did with it was really
Yeah,
well.
she delivered
it
well.
great, yeah. And then from what we saw of her last week with just delivering German suplexes, she's really, I'm into her.
I'm big.
Very
Yeah,
likeable.
I think this is good. This could be the one that just becomes a world destroyer that we talked about.
Yeah.
Can't be Zarya. It can't be Jordan Grace unless they just do a storyline where I don't know. She's got a bad tooth.
My tooth hurt my feelings.
Yeah, I mean, she's very USA heavy at the minute.
I was
That's
about
kind
to
of a
say, I
story.
can't wait for Tavion and Tyra May Steele to go to the main roster and fight the Creeds, but then I remembered whoever's booking the main roster doesn't see the Creeds the same way that Shawn Michaels did.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get the Creeds back in NXT to fight the Shooters here.
Oh, nice.
Because that match would hump. Hump. And speaking of matches, Ava comes out to less than no pop, which I thought was fantastic. Fully deserved for how she's booked on the show. It makes tag team matches set for Sunday because obviously NXT have their Heatwave thing, which is going at the same time as AEW Forbidden Door.
Yes, indeed. Are you silly buggers?
Yay.
Yeah, I'm up for that. I think it's going to be a bit of a coming out party for both Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele.
Yeah.
Tavion's great.
Fantastic.
Like I've been waiting for this push for Tavion for ages. And when I saw the stuff he did in Noah, I was like, I'm ready for him now.
You were like, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still not fully convinced from what I've seen. I think he's good.
Watch
But
some of the stuff he did on his excursion.
yeah, fair enough. It's just
Very
because
good.
he's been put up against Ethan Page, or I think he's just great. On
He
the
would
mic.
rip
He's,
your
like,
beard off,
unbelievable.
Joel, and not even break sweat while doing so.
Oh, I'm sure he would. Yeah,
He'd
yeah.
rip
yeah.
mine off as well.
Yeah,
and
rip
Tom's.
us all. Yeah. Make one giant beard.
We'd all be baldy bastards. And in the main event of the evening, Siobhan Evans defeats Trick Williams in the number one contenders match for the NXT title. I thought this was one of Trick's best bell-to-bell matches to date. Siobhan brings the best out of Trick.
Oh yeah.
I like the bit
really
where he got launched into outer space.
Move away!
Thought it would be.
There it is.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, that bump that Siobhan takes, he's going for something off the top rope, and Trick's just like, no. Flies him backwards. Siobhan does not land flush on that table, so he takes all the impact high on his back on the floor.
Seems to keep going after he lands.
Insane.
Yeah, shades of
My
King of the
God.
Ring 1998. Some might say the way he came back and kept fighting. All that was missing was a little tooth in his nostril.
Yeah.
Lovely reversal out of the cutter from Trick with the handstand. I thought was a highlight of the match as well. Mike Santana with the finger guns. He was finger banging in the crowd. I'm gonna finger bang you every night. Yeah. He distracts Trick, which allows Siobhan to steal the win with cutters and stuff. I thought Trick looked good as a bastard heel.
Yeah.
I thought Siobhan looked even better as a underdog valiant babyface. This was great.
Served a lot of masters. We're getting ready for Mike Santana to become TNA World Champion once he beats Tricky. And Tricky loses the match without having to lose clean. Javon Evans looks like he's someone that is going to survive and thrive against Oba Femi. The idea of like, if I can come back from that, Oba, you could do whatever you want to me. I'm going to keep going.
Do you think he'll win?
No.
It's possible though.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. I don't think he will. I think we're going to get like the gnarliest 2.99 recurring.
Yeah,
But I don't think he's winning.
This performance convinced me a little bit though.
But
Kind of sold me on
good.
it.
That's what they want to do.
It's what we want to happen.
That's what we want to happen.
Siobhan's the next champion.
you
That's
reckon?
I'm putting it out there.
He's so
Wow.
likable with the stuff he
Yeah.
does in the ring. It's very like Darby Allin-esque. Just
yes.
hurts himself and people love it. It's great.
But if Darby Allin just smoked all of the Mary Jane
Yeah.
and then some more.
I mean, maybe he does. I
He
don't
probably does, aye. Any other highlights from NXT? I've got my notes here. Charlie has moved on to Kendall Gray
Yeah.
from Ren Sinclair. He's telling her to listen to him for advice before booking Ren in a 2-on-1 match against the ladies of the Culling next week. How dare he?
I like Ren.
Yeah.
I like Ren a lot. She's really likable.
Lexus King has grown on me, Joe, which I'm sure is a shock to
Really?
hear from you, for you anyway, because he says he was wrong for doubting deaf people and blind people are real.
Oh, that was good.
He
That was
thought
good.
that Miles was deaf and blind, and that's why he thought he couldn't wrestle. But no. It turns out Miles is like, no, I'm not blind. You are now. Psh, pepper spray in the
Nice.
eyes.
Good
Fantastic scenes from Lexus King, who does get better as the months go on. And obviously, we have to end the headlines from NXT with Cutler James, continuing to be a homosexual. Because Dark State are cutting a bad-ass promo with Joe Hendry, who comes out of a closet, believe it or not, in this segment.
That just adds to
Say
the
his name and it
vibe.
appears. And Cutler James says you either get behind, Dark State say you either get behind us or get left behind by us. And then Cutler James comes around and says, and you don't want to get behind us because of bumming.
It's a strange gimmick they've given him. It's really weird.
Terrorists. But the one who might be gay might not be, I don't know.
It's very weird.
I like how Joe Hendry went from kind of a title challenger to watered down to I just teleport into different places.
I think it's what they
That is
need,
it.
yeah.
You know what? And it's funny, like on TNA, he's like, let me get one thing straight. I'm going to be the top guy in TNA. I'm carrying this brand on my back. Meanwhile, in NXT, just pop out of a microwave. Hello. Someone said my name. Hello.
That's all they need to do.
Oh, Cutler.
Because Joe Henson said, good. That's a very strange boy. So
It's okay, though, because there is another son of Scotland who we get to talk about as we move into our next show.
Do you want to talk about him?
Grado! Was not on AEW Dynamite this week. No. He did some media for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd had a hunch that he was going to be part of the show at the Hydro.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in a dark match before Ring of Honor. And I thought, oh, that's wow. Because everyone went, oh, he's doing the Max Caster challenge, the international Max Caster. It's like, no, he's not. No. And I actually understand why they didn't put him on. No, I wish they put him on telly because it's Grado and he's great. But they can't use Madonna Like a Prayer on telly because Madonna has said on many occasions, no, I will not license you to use my music. She's outright said to Grado, no. So they can't use it. His music is the biggest part of the Grado package, and you can't do that on telly. So, but you want to have Grado on the show. So it was a shrewd move to have him, not long after the doors open, as a dark match for Ring of Honor to face Lance Archer. So everybody gets to sing Like a Prayer.
Yeah.
Big pop, big reaction. Everyone loves Grado.
Good warm-up act.
Good warm-up act. You can see him Saturday at My World Live at the Boundary in Farringdon. Jeff Jarrett, Grado, and me, and special guests, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Deathmatch Championship. Get your tickets at myworldliveuk.com.
Flawless.
Flawless.
Flawless plug.
Dynamite, the main card, starts with Will Ospreay getting emotional about Sausage Roll. Before saying he wasn't cleared for Sunday's lights out steel cage match, but he's taken matters into his own hands and will be wrestling anyway. John Moxley arrives on the scene with his goons, and Ospreay lays the gauntlet down. John, I want you to take me out instead of your goons doing your work for you. And that's how the segment ends, basically, with a bit of a brawl. It's another stand-up routine from Will Ospreay. He's getting emotional on the mat about sausage. I'm blind off the plane. I can't see. And then I see the blue light, and then I realise it's Greg.
I see the blue lines of Greg's, which I see every time I come back from work because I still live in the UK.
Live in the
and
UK?
there's a Greg's round the corner.
And a Greg's at every airport, Will.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Do you live here? Do you not live here? What's going on, Will?
But I liked that we got a sausage roll, sausage roll chant.
It's great.
Will goes on to say that he used to be a rubber ball in his younger days, but now he's getting out. Taka Michinoku called him an alien. But now he's buggered.
Yeah, now we got the trick.
You don't want to get Dark State behind you. And then obviously the segment ends with Moxley coming out and the brawl ensues and Tanahashi comes out, and I am petrified for Tanahashi being this. Bless his cotton socks, aye.
Yeah.
He can barely walk down the ramp.
The man
these
doesn't
days.
have knees.
Yeah.
Like the knees are just healed over.
I think our idea in the pictures of him just sat on top of the cage doing air guitar for the entire match with something playing on the speakers is the right thing to do.
I feel like it's his last show in the UK. I feel like I'm gonna go out in a blaze of glory, lads. I was like, oh no, don't Tanahashi. Just get through it and have a cup of tea.
To be fair, though, when the match got going, the match was, of course, Tanahashi picking up the win as the Death Riders take on Jet Speed and Tanahashi. When it got going, he was moving more freely. So just think he must have done a very thorough warm-up backstage. Once he gets going in the ring, the blood gets pumped, but he was fine in there.
Yeah.
Joel, any thoughts on the match?
I liked how the segment transitioned straight into the match seamlessly. I really liked that. Jet Speed got a decent showing like this and the past few weeks with the singles matches. They look like a really fun team, but I thought it's odd that they're not in the cage match. Why we hadn't even seen Omega and Ibushi once on telly. Yeah,
Keeping them special.
but why are they in it? It makes so much sense for Jet Speed to be there. But yeah, I said I'm scared of Tanahashi, but I hope he's all right. When Ospreay came out with the body bag, I thought it was Marina. I was like,
No, you didn't, Joel.
I was like, you can't do that. I was like, I'm not on board at all, but then it's Darby. Fair enough.
As soon as Darby popped out of the bag, I went, I know whose idea that was. Like, it was like, what are we going to do? Just, don't worry, lads, I got this, right? Drag me out. Any excuse to get in a bin liner.
Yeah, good coffin drop from Darby off the ledge in the crowd as well. I thought Death Riders was going to win because I assumed that the babyfaces would win the cage match. But so I was surprised for Tanahashi to get the pin. And then it was a nice, massive beatdown afterwards. But there was so many people there that weren't even involved in the match.
Bullet Club War Dogs, our dogs, of course, appear in Newcastle, but the Bullet Club War Dogs make an appearance. So we've got them and the Death Riders on one side.
Yeah.
The Ops appear as well to help Darby and Will and Jet Speed fight the heels off at the end. Nice brawl, nice match. Tanahashi getting the win via a devastating frog splash. As Ospreay, I was said there, he took Marina away and brought Darby back. Maybe he's just ended Marina. Did a wizard spell?
Yeah, where did she go?
Just waved a sausage roll towards Marina and she turned it to Darby Allin. Who knows what happened?
What if, oh my God, what if it's the long game? And what if during the match, Darby Allin suddenly punches Will Ospreay and then there's a zipper, unzips. It was Marina Shafir.
Oh, yes,
Marina
please.
Shafir was Darby Allin all this time.
But it was worrying to watch Tanahashi walk down to the ring. But once he got going, I thought he was all right in there. But it does make you worried about a lights out cage match being a bit different than a 6-man.
Well, the thing is with that kind of stipulation is it's going to be wild and woolly and violent. But also in a violent match like that, you can hide people a little bit. With like a multi-man carnage match, you could have Tanahashi gently placed through a table. and he can have a nice sleep for 20 minutes.
Yeah, and then come back and
then
do a
come
big
back,
moment. Yeah.
do a big move, and then gently be put through another table, and then that's his night. Then
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah. Next up, we have Cope and Cage. They're not quite on the same page, they're saying, but they are now writing in the same book.
he's my asshole.
He's my asshole.
All right, Cutler.
Nick Wayne appears on the Tron from his wrestling shed and says he's injured for Sunday's match, but his replacement is a returning Luchasaurus who lays out Cope and Cage. Fantastic to see Luchasaurus, Joel.
Yeah, great to see him.
His lungs are fine.
That video was great.
Like Bane.
Yeah,
brought him
I
back
like
to
it.
life.
Injected him with all sorts of
the
stuff.
way he sat up and the pop from the crowd was like,
Fantastic.
oh, he's so
The
good.
crowd were a bit conflicted on who to cheer when he came out, when he was choke slamming Cage.
It's
Like,
Luchasaurus
whoa, I
again. We don't like Kill Switch, but Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus
Ooh,
is
oh.
great.
cool.
Do you think they'll call him Luchasaurus or Killswitch?
But now he's not Christian's, because that was Christian's
Yeah,
pet name
that's
for
it.
him.
He named him,
He's
yeah.
Luchasaurus.
He's Luchasaurus.
I do hope so.
So that's another Ring of Honor title that's being vacated. Because he had he had the
course.
old thingy belt, didn't he? And the next time I was like, okay, so he's injured, so Dustin's injured.
Oh, God, aye.
Yeah.
All the more reason.
Poison chalice.
Give him all the Grado.
I do like the fact that Christian is staying a dick. He starts saying to the crowd, sit down and shut your mouths while I conduct business, which then leads Cope into saying what Tom just said there. He's my asshole. He is an asshole, but he's my asshole.
That's it. And I'm glad that they're doing that.
Yeah.
Because Cage shouldn't suddenly just be like laughy jokey. Though we did sort of ponder the fact that they should have like kazoos and 5-second poses and all that stuff.
Down the line, maybe but not
down the
now.
line. But,
Yeah, we'll
but
get there.
certainly in this instance, Cage is still an asshole.
Yeah.
So he should still be that.
Yeah, I
This
agree.
should be a begrudging unity, a reuniting, but that eventually builds to a beloved one.
Yeah, I agree. I like how there's still tension there and it's not just buddy straight off the
Yeah,
bat.
exactly.
So that'd be
I like the fact he's like, Cope told me to go and find myself, and I did. I'm perfect. I don't need to change anything.
Hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way.
Christian's so much more likable than Cope, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, because he
In
didn't take
every
himself
way,
seriously, does he?
he's so funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, he does. But yeah, they're going to help each other out because they've got respective problems. Cage is going to get involved with the FTR stuff. Cope is going to get involved with the patriarchy stuff. And yeah, we set up the big Luchasaurus return. Both the faces-ish laid out, and we're off to Sunday.
Nice to see
Hey.
Mama Wayne here
Yeah,
as well.
oh, yes. Oh, she's another one of yours.
She's another one of mine.
Is she now?
Yeah.
God, imagine her in Bloodsport. Whoa.
Imagine her in Natalia wrestling.
I just like to take Mama Wayne for a Costa
Yeah.
and have a coffee with her, and just spend some time together.
She's in the country.
I would love if you. No, I can't. I checked myself before I wrecked myself there. I know. I mean, come along to my world live.
Yeah.
Come along, Mama Wayne. It'll be fine.
Next up, we have, moving on before Tom gets divorced, the tournament finals. FTR versus Brodido, half an hour draw. What are you talking about, Ross? It wasn't 25 minutes at all. This match humped.
Great
My
match.
third favorite odd couple tag team at the moment, Brodido.
Yeah, really fun.
It's two guys, had not much going on. Let's put them together. It's magic.
It's working.
Yeah.
It's really working. I'm really on board. It was a great match. FTR was frustrated from the start because they couldn't match the athleticism from Bandido or the strength from Brody. Brodido on top until Stokely got involved and that bust Brody
His
open.
lead pipe.
Wide open. He had a lot of blood, wasn't he? Great slaps from the top of the turnbuckle and then a nice double Hurricane Rana.
Yeah.
I liked Brian on commentary. He was saying that FTR is such a well-oiled tag team. They know exactly when to tag in and out, whereas like Brodido are so inexperienced, and sometimes they waste time by like Bandido putting on his old mask.
Yeah.
I thought it was really
I
nice
like this
from
call when
Brian.
he said that Dax Harwood does things that normal wrestling people wouldn't spot, but veterans
Yeah.
like him would do.
Yeah.
Makes you watch the match more intensely, looking for
Yeah.
those little things he's talking about.
I love Brian on commentary
Yeah.
for this whole
Well,
episode.
they also call the fact of how daft it was near the end when they announced the time was running out and they're setting up a table outside. It's like, what are they doing? Like,
Yeah,
they've got like 30 seconds left. Set up this table dead quick, just fly through it.
God, and then that table spot from Cash when
Yeah.
that
Perfectly
was
timed.
nasty.
Ah,
that.
fantastic scenes.
FTR, I think, to win.
Ooh. I think Hurt Syndicate retain.
I think it's a triple threat for Hurt Syndicate to drop them, but honestly can't pick between the two other teams who will win.
Wow.
So I think they've booked themselves into a corner here. But what I will say is I think the tournament has worked, and this match being half an hour has worked in terms of actually building up a tag team for a pay-per-view match. Because so far this year, it's felt like for the pay-per-view matches of the Hurt Syndicate, especially since they won the tag team titles, the future's been kind of thrown together, and the team who's challenged them hasn't felt like they've had a chance to win. But this time I feel like both teams have been built up because of the tournament and this match going so long and the fact it was so good and the fact they are the men involved, obviously.
I just think
Fantastic wrestlers all.
because of how long this match went on, they'll kind of use the excuse of, both teams are absolutely knackered, which is why Hurt Syndicate
Yeah.
will just win it.
Aye.
It'd be a good match, though.
Potentially.
This is great.
See, I thought FTR to kind of so that we can get into Copen Cage with the titles a bit quicker.
I think that's the most logical one.
That
isn't
seems
it?
the most
Yeah.
logical.
That makes sense.
That's what I thought.
Shut up, Joe.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But I up the Brody King, man of the match for me. The blood was fantastic. Everyone was fantastic. Stokely. In fact, no, Stokely was man of the match. He's the man of the year.
Stokely looked
He's
very
always the
upset
man
by
of
the
the
finish.
Yeah.
He's like, it's 2 teams now.
Love Stokely.
Hangman Page caves into 3 demands from MJF ahead of their world title match on Sunday because if Hangman didn't, MJF was going to set Mark Briscoe on fire. We see a deal done earlier in the night between MJF and Ricochet's goons, the Gates of Agony. And they just basically, they don't like Mark Briscoe between them, so they held him hostage once they got their hands on him. And then MJF gets on the Tron while Hangman's cutting a babyface promo about sticking his size 12 ostrich leathers up MJF's arse. That's easy for me to say. His big old ostrich cowboy boots. But yeah, the title now can change hands via DQ, count out, and crucially, MJF has not used his contract to get this match.
Well, I think does this lead to a title change
I
on
think
Sunday?
it does. I think Hangman wins and then we cash in.
Yeah.
And I think
He survives it and then he beats him and goes, I'm now doing this.
and I think that
It's not main eventing, right? Either.
No.
So it could cash in later in the show. Is that
the Hurt Syndicate will get involved as well. I think that'll be a ruse. So if Hangman wins the one-on-one MJF Hangman match and then Hurt Syndicate come down and then the cash-in's made after a beatdown on Hangman.
So I think where do you make so okay, so potentially you open the show with a title match and you have Hangman weather the storm and then you can end on the lights out match. The penultimate match is maybe the tag title match. So you have a bit of shenanigans that maybe leads to Hangman coming out and it's, it was a trap. Beat him up.
Setting the Hurt Syndicate on fire.
Hit the Syndicate. I'm going to set Bobby Lashley on fire. And then maybe you do the title change just before the lights out match.
God,
But I do hope the police were called last night, by the way.
I hope the police were called because a man was nearly burned to
You
death.
can't set him out. They put gasoline on him.
You can't do that at the Hydro.
No.
Not anymore.
In a field, though, in a safe area. Why not? Go for it. Any thoughts on this before we move on? I thought it was fantastic.
Really
bastardry,
good segment and good poo-housery from MJF.
MJF being very Joker-esque, very Heath Ledgery.
Oh.
Yeah.
In your main event of the evening, Mercedes Moné and Athena take on Windsor. And Tony Storm, Mina Shirakawa is there for the entrance, but then is just sort of left behind and goes to the back. I think a heel turn might come.
When Windsor referred to it in the promo last week as the Battle of Scotland, I thought it'd be like a bit of a no-holds-barred type affair. But it was just like a common garden tag match. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He was wearing tartan, was Tony. What more do you want?
Yeah, they were.
Tartan Tony. Brian Danielson, I'm having a mare today. Brian Danielson saying Windsor's fundamentals are good, which means that Windsor's fundamentals must be fantastic if he's saying that.
If he's saying
me.
that. She's brilliant though. She's been dropped into this quite high position and she is just flying, which I'm not surprised by.
She came out of nowhere and then she's just in this. But yeah, I agree. She's
She's been
doing really
wrestling
well.
for years.
Yeah,
she was in WCPW early on.
Worked with her on the World of Sport
Very
pilot
early on.
from last
Oh,
year.
wow.
She's brilliant.
I'll say it again. Case of the haters for me. She just smacks people really hard, and I
Yeah.
enjoy that. Up the mothers! Tony with the fat bastard references. Get in my belly! I have to call her Mercedes Moné delicious.
Proper freaks Mercedes out. She goes and tags out.
That's because Mercedes Moné will be stinking like eggs, pickled eggs at the moment.
Is that what she had for
put,
breakfast?
She put one in her mouth, didn't she?
I know it's
Oh,
on the
and the
Snack
Snack
Wars
Wars
thing where she was
video,
offered
yeah.
pickled
Gross.
eggs and she was horrified by the concept of a pickled egg.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. It's a worth a watch. His game for out was Mercedes Moné.
Athena nearly knocks her own block off with a dive outside the ring onto
low
the
pay.
announce table. Oh my days!
Yeah, this is just another match where there's lots of nice wrestling. The heels holding things together, even though they were arguing at the start of the match. And the finish, Windsor making Mercedes tap, but she wasn't the legal lady. So there's a shoot O-face to end the match. The heels stand tall. The baby faces are in tatters. The crowd, I don't think, quite saw the not legal part of the match. They were a bit like, with the finish. But it was caught on the cameras really well, I thought, anyway. But yeah, nice way to end the show.
Yeah, and nice pile driver from Athena taking Tony out on the steps as well. And then she laughs.
Just like that.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to her versus Tony.
Yeah.
And I don't know now. I thought Athena might win it, but her winning here kind of, I don't know if she will.
I wouldn't be surprised if she did. I would not be surprised if she didn't.
Well, that's what I'm like now, yeah.
I think Tony needs to keep it.
Really?
Yeah, we're not done.
I think Athena's a really good one to take it off her, though.
Yeah.
She's ready. She's amazing.
Oh, she's brilliant.
She can carry the division for
But I
for
don't
a
think
while.
it'll be yet.
Yeah, fair enough.
I
Fair enough.
wouldn't be too down if it was now, because I think Athena's fantastic. I think Toni Storm and Mina, I'm going to bring Mina back in just because it was one of my pictures on the pictures video this week. It's on the channel now. Please go and watch it. Have a Mina turn heel on Toni because Toni has chosen to dance with Windsor instead.
There's a nice story you can tell. there.
Don't do that to Mina. But that was the week in wrestling. Thank you, everybody.
Let's have a rummage in our mailbags.
And now it's time for everyone's favourite segment, the Mailbag.
It's not everyone's favourite segment. That's the Hall of Fame.
Everyone's favourite segment is every segment.
Oh, yeah.
Hello there. It was mentioned on the podcast last week how much Ross loved seeing Oasis in Edinburgh. I was lucky enough to be at the same night, and I've got to agree, it was fan-effing-tastic. The atmosphere, the crowd, and, for a man of a certain age, the mix of joy and nostalgia has really stuck with me since the show. Sorry, the H and the was split apart there. It got me thinking, is there a wrestling moment or show that hits the same way? For me, it has to be Judgment Day 2000, Undertaker's return during the Iron Man match with the new biker gimmick and the way he chokeslams X-Pac. A somewhat small moment, but even now it gives me goosebumps. Soon followed by that pang of sadness because it takes me straight back to my lost youth in so many ways. My question is, do you lads have anything, a show or a moment like that? Something that feels special, yet also takes you back to a time you can't get back. A truly bittersweet wrestling memory, let's say. Sorry for the melancholy type question. A less existential.
No, you're not.
and more
Otherwise you wouldn't have
cheerful
sent
question
it.
next time. All the best and up the podcast, and I can't wait for the Afternoon Dark podcast.
Oh, gosh. I wonder what you're going to ask us then.
Cheers, B of H. And we are terrified of death before you ask that on the podcast, on the After Dark podcast.
I'll meet you all there. Don't worry
What
about
gets
it.
you all wispy-eyed and nostalgic, Tom?
Okay, well, I dipped out of wrestling for a few years, from like 94 to 99, kind of came back into it whilst when we went to my cousin's house to play WWF Warzone on his N64. That kind of brought me careering back to wrestling. And I remember staying up late to watch my first WWF pay-per-view back in February 99, and it was St. Valentine's Day Massacre in your house. Yeah. And I remember watching it in my old room back where I grew up on my little telly. Stayed up very late. I had a nightmare getting this Sky satellite, which is plumbed in downstairs, to work on my telly at the top, but I did it. And I remember just sat there. I had a lovely big bottle of Diet Coke. I can remember that much. And watching the pay-per-view and having a lovely time. And it's sad because it was a much younger time. I would have been 15. And the world seemed so new. Oh, man, this is a really melancholy question.
Mine was WrestleMania 21, getting it purchased by me mum, like the morning, a few mornings later when they still did it on Sky box office back then. Because we only recently got Sky in the house back then. We were flying high. I was 12 years old, I think, in year 8 at school. I was thin. I had an ab or two. I swam for the county. I was captain of the my local football team. I was on the school football team. No less than 2 ladies in my year said they fancied me.
Wow.
That was my peak. It's all been downhill since then. But watching that in the April and then heading into the summer term at school, I was flying high, and I'm sad that you've made me think about how much of a mess my life is now. So thank you, B of H.
Oh,
what about you, Jill?
I remember. Well, I never got bought any pay-per-views when I was watching wrestling when I was a young'un.
That's child abuse.
I know, it was really sad. So I had to watch everything on Sky on Saturday the next day.
Slumming
But I've like Rey Mysterio was always my favourite. And I remember the night after the Royal Rumble just watching the recap package, and I didn't know who'd won. And when I saw Ray that won the Rumble in 06, I was like, ah! I was absolutely buzzing. So maybe that for me. I also love, this is like when I was older, but you know, the Hell in a Cell match with Undertaker and Triple H.
Oh, yes.
And the super kick into the pedigree.
Oh, and
near
that
fall.
2.999 recurring.
That still gives me goosebumps, that spot.
Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Tremendous.
Incredible. Those were the days, but also, as Mark Merrow told me, these are the days.
Is Andy, oh my God, I've gone blank. Andy Bernard on the Nard Dog on The Office says,
Hey.
You don't know you're in the good old days until you look. I've forgotten what quote it is. Oh my God.
But yeah, it's something like
You
that.
don't know you're in the good old days until
you're out of
them. Until you look back.
I am.
Your best days are ahead.
I am beside myself
Best
that I've
days
butchered
are
that.
ahead.
Anyway, hi guys.
Hello.
The next question starts. If you were a wrestler, what would your travel bag have in it? I just became a wrestler, and I want to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. All the best, Joe Hendry. from Joe Hendry off of the wrestling.
Oh, Joe!
That's
I
nice.
think one thing I learned from Straight to Hell is you need some kind of soap to use in a hotel sink to wash your gear, because you can't have smelly gear. So that's one thing you need alongside your gear, of course. Don't forget your gear. I'd say an eau de toilette, because one thing WCPW told me is some wrestlers care about how they smell, and some wrestlers don't care about how they smell.
Right.
Smellies.
Some dry shampoo.
Yep.
That'd help.
Ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Ibuprofen.
Painkiller.
Good shout,
Help with those
good
aches
shout.
and
All the Neuromol ones, which are like a bit of caffeine, which is caffeine, ibuprofen, and paracetamol all rolled into one.
The mobile number of the local dealer of the town that you're in for a little bit of
That would help.
at the end of the show. That'll help you get to sleep after the adrenaline of a show.
Yeah.
I can tell you what's in my as a ring announcer and a commentator when I've been on tour. I can tell you what's in mine.
Go on, then.
So it's ibuprofen.
Right.
I have Strepsils. I have Vocal Zone, which you get from behind the counter at Boots.
What's that?
They're like lozenges that are designed for people who use their voice a lot.
Ah.
So you pop a couple of them. Ibuprofen's quite good. I don't abuse ibuprofen because that's a messy business. But I've always found I'll always pop a little ibuprofen before I start because it helps with open up the vocal cords a little. It helps those relax the muscles a little bit.
Yeah.
So it means that I'm not doing too much damage.
Is it prescription then? The vocal.
No. You just ask behind the counter.
Oh, right,
They keep them there. I used to have Sanderson's Throat Specific, which is I don't think they do it anymore. It was this jar that just smelled of liquid that smelt and tasted disgusting. You're not meant to drink it. You're only meant to gargle it in a tiny amount, but it helps like clear the throat out and stuff. And now you're right about the smelly stuff. I always take deodorant with me and some little molten brown soaps as well. So wherever I am, I can just do a little bit of that. If I'm in a rush or if I'm somewhere where I can't do a full wash, at least I've got a few things where I can be fresh and smell nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Trying to think what else a wrestler might need. I think we've covered all the bases, haven't we? For
A
a-
Nintendo
charger
DS.
cables.
Oh, it's something to pass the time.
Yeah.
Charge cables.
A
phone charge
Nintendo
cables, yeah.
3DS. Remember them? Did you have a 3DS?
Remember 3DS?
The little pen thing.
Pointless, wasn't it?
Playing Sudoku on it.
Yeah, but the 3D element to it.
I don't think we had a 3DS.
I used it once and I was like, that hurts my eyes. So I'm never going to use that again.
Question 3 of the mailbag. Hello.
Hello.
Love the podcast as always, although I was sad to see Jack leave. The addition of Joel has been great, though. Up the shagger.
Hey!
My
Thank
question,
you.
in honor of Ross watching Back to the Future, if you had access to a DeLorean and punched it to 88 miles an hour, what historical wrestling event would you have loved to witness? I'd love to have been at War Games when CM Punk returned. P.S. Ross, have you watched Mindhunter on Netflix? No, I have not, but I will endeavor to do so once I remember you have sent this in the email. It's excellent, says Michael from Aberdeen, Scotland.
Okay. Goldberg winning the title on Nitro in '98.
Oh, yes. Atlanta.
Yeah.
That bottle that bounces when he goes up for the jackhammer.
Oh, hell yeah! Like front row for that. Like just white hot atmosphere.
Yeah.
When Goldberg became the guy. That'd be amazing.
I'm going to go for WCW as well. Starrcade 97. Sting was my guy when I got into wrestling. But I got into wrestling after Starrcade 97 because it was the retrospective WCW Superstar Series, the green box, him and Goldberg on the cover. Going back to see that live. I know it was, you grow up and you become really educated about the business and it becomes, oh, it was so overbooked, I can't believe it. But being there to watch Sting being hoisted up by the Giant, WCW's done it.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Any good comeback, it'd be good. Like Cena at the Rumble in 08 or Edge in the Rumble in 2020. Something like that, I think it'd be great. Also, Sami Zayn at Elimination Chamber when he was facing Roman. Because that crowd is unbelievable.
Oh, nice.
But it would be gutting. Because he didn't win.
yes.
WrestleMania 40 main event as well.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Do you remember,
there's a
when
lot.
Sami Zayn made his comeback after his injury in sort of 2016?
15?
Yeah.
Newcastle?
I
Me and Jack
was-
were there,
I
yeah.
was there.
I was
at the
there.
front.
I was there
Where
as
were you
well.
sat?
Right at the front.
You were there.
I was there as well.
Hey, bloody hell.
Hey.
Me and Jack
When he
were
wrestled Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Jack were sort of like, if the entrance ramp is the camera,
Yeah.
and this is the ring here, we were like up here.
Oh, I was like there. I was just
On the other side? On
On
that side?
On that side.
Oh, wow.
I was right behind the ring. Yeah.
Christ.
I was at the barricade.
You mark.
I know, right? I know, right?
Wow.
Did you get comp tickets?
No, I was a muggle at that point. I bought
Wow.
tickets. I was working for Hart and I just paid for tickets. I was like, I want to go see. Or did Alex buy them for me for my birthday?
Don't get that wrong on this podcast.
Alex bought me for Christmas. She bought me a ticket to go and see NXT UK in York before I worked for Cultaholic. And I said, yeah, you bought me one. I said, yeah, I don't. Oh, no, I tell a lie. I was working for Cultaholic and I'd not long started, and she bought me a ticket to go and see it. I said, "You're going on your own because I know what's going to happen, and I'm good for that." And she was in the sense that I got there and it was lovely because it was like,
it's Tom,
it's Tom, hey, it's Tom, you're rubbish, hey, it's Tom, you're rubbish. And it was nice, and it was so that was a nice one to be at. I'd go back to NXT UK in York. No, I wouldn't.
To be fair, I would go back to that 2015 one because Matthew tells the tale of how they went to Head of Steam after the show. I'd love to go to that. Go meet Baron Corbin for a pint.
Oh, nice.
Aye, Matthew said he was just mixing it with all the wrestlers in Head of Steam. Aye.
That's fun.
Whereas me and Jack went home. Not together, though, because we weren't in a relationship at the time.
At the time.
Scandal pending. That's it for the mailbag. Mailbag at cultaholic.com if you want to ask us any saucy questions. But if you fancy even darker questions that we can't talk about on YouTube because YouTube don't like certain things talked about, how about you get involved in the After Dark podcast, completely separate to this podcast? I've forgotten the email address, but you'll see it on the Patreon.
Can we swear on there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do anything, Joel.
That'd be nice.
Do anything. Anything at all.
Shirts off.
No.
It's Cultaholic's
Big question.
And we end with the big question. Naomi's vacated the title, of course, on Raw. Who is the next champion, Timothy Cumble?
Well, the next champ.
Sorry.
Thank you, Rich Twaddle. The next champion will be the person that wins a match to determine who the next champion is. Is that what you meant?
That's a good answer.
Now, for me, it was there's one person that's obvious and they're already factored into the match, but I'm actually going to shout out something slightly different. I'm going to go for Asuka.
Oh, heel Asuka.
I feel, and we talked about this earlier, that they're going through this breakup of Damage Control / Kabuki Warriors, like that friendship group. And Asuka's becoming a bit more heelish. And it all happened as Naomi was being written off television. So I wonder whether it's going to be a case of Asuka kind of supplants Naomi as the top heel on the women's roster. And she's a great person to have as that champion, a transitional champion, maybe for a little while, or somebody that can have that champion have banger matches week after week after week. And also somebody who very much deserves a run at the top of the women's title once again.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to say Asuka.
I've got an obvious answer, which is Stephanie Vacates. She was going to be the one challenging Naomi in Clash of Pally anyway, so why not go down that road anyway? But then also, I think Raquel Rodriguez has got herself in a prime position to get herself a title. I think it would feed into the whole very, 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 very gradual breakup of the Judgment Day. If she was the one to hold the title and have the power, and Finn Balor's like, I don't like that you've got the power.
And then Liv Morgan comes back. That's my bloody title.
Roxanne gets jealous.
I was going to say, would it not make more sense to have Roxanne Perez do that then?
Potentially.
Because Perez literally took the place of Liv Morgan.
Yeah. I
And
suppose
I'm taking your man and his chicken nuggets, and I'm now the women's world champion.
I suppose if Raquel wins it, 'cause she already doesn't like Roxanne. If Raquel wins the title, then she's against her as well. Like all her friends have just.
I think Raquel's recent work just really lends itself to being that big. Because if you want to continue down the heel route and then eventually give Stephanie Vacates a big babyface win down the line, having Raquel being that heel, I just think the shoe fits, the large shoe fits.
Yeah, a giant champion that just kind of bats away all comers, and it's somebody waiting for Liv Morgan when she comes back.
Any different names, Joel?
Well, my first thought was Asuka because it'll be. So when's Clash in Paris next week?
It's next weekend.
So they'll have some kind of tournament set up who will go against Vacares at Clash in Paris, I'd imagine. And I think Asuka will win it, and then I think she'll win the title. As to who else you could always just put it on Rhea Ripley. Safe pair of hands, isn't it? She knows what she's doing. She knows she's going to get loud reactions. Oh, my God. Oh, I thought Pierce's chair broke again. EO, but I don't see that happening. I think it'll be Asuka.
Yeah,
personally.
I feel like Rhea Ripley is always somebody that you can put the title on, but I think
So
for
safe.
now, I think we're okay. I think there's some fun you can have with Rhea and EO without having the title involved.
Yeah.
Because lest we forget, you can have women's matches that don't involve a championship.
Yeah.
They can't in the WWE.
You certainly can.
Before Naomi got injured, I thought Stephanie would maybe beat her at Clash. So maybe they'll
Yeah, I
still
did
go
as
down
well.
that route and have Stephanie win.
I think she's the logical one. But there are variables out there. Variables out there. Let us know who you think will be the next Raw World Women's Champion. There are so many people to pick from. Thank you for watching today's episode of the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. Remember, patreon.com/Cultaholic for all your things of needs.
Yep.
And also mailbag at cultaholic.com for the mailbag. It's, of course, a pay-per-view weekend. Predictions and pictures are on the channel right now. But, of course, coming out the weekend, What Happened At with Tom Campbell will be on the channel from AEW's Forbidden Door. And WTF Moments on the Patreon will also be there next week because I've got plans this bank holiday because I'm a bastard who doesn't even care about work anymore.
Wow.
For the first time this year,
That
I'm
is
putting
selfish,
my
Ross.
personal life above my work.
Jeez.
How dare I do that? Anyway, if you fancy, you can go over to patreon.com/Cultaholic right now and tune into Culty After Dark.
Ooh.
A little bit of a different vibe from what we've been doing over the past 8 years. Anything goes. You send an email in, we'll answer the bloody thing, no matter what you're saying. I've seen the first email for the first episode.
Saucy.
Talking about sexual positions.
Oh,
Joel.
boy, oh, boy.
Goodness me. Goodness knows what's going to happen. But thanks for watching today, and we'll see you all very soon indeed. But of course, we always point at that wall
We do.
and we'll say something along the lines of herpes.
Herpes.
3,
Okay.
2, 1. Herpes!
It's what we want to
Sorry,
happen.
Joel. Oh.